I couldn't resist. It's not really Christmas yet. It's like
I was just going to say, you stole the right to be the Christmas show. It was going to be like, it was lining up with Irene, and she told me she was really looking forward to. She had all this stuff prepared.
I'm so heartbroken. It's horrible. How could you do this?
I thought I couldn't let Irene have it. I'm like, she doesn't deserve Christmas. Where did she think she can be the Christmas?
The one person who didn't have enough Christmas.
She has lots of trauma around Christmas, so she needs a big, nice Christmas thing, and you took that from her.
Well, how about we're giving her double, triple Christmas by doing it this week and next week to make up for all those missed Christmases.
Quite the spin. That's quite the spin. You should work in media.
Christmas 2 next week. Christmas 2 is coming early.
It is Christmas fun. Hey, Phil Beans!
Hey, Bean, baby!
I knew I sent you Rootin' Tootin' Bean. Look at that.
Yeah, and I left the room and came back, and they were like this.
What?
I was like, what?
You should make it a 3-way because I
will when a glow in the dark one. Yeah, I'll get another one. They got to add something on top of the cowboy hat though, and then
yeah, that'll be
You could put a little Christmas tinsel wreath. Is that? Oh wait, so we didn't get Hell Bean. We got Glow Bean, which you know. I guess if you don't want to make a Hell Bean, Hallow Bean, a little Shelby with the horns. Mm-hmm. What could a Christmas bean be?
You didn't see the pendants we made?
The brass beans are the Christmas beans?
The brazen belled beans. Yeah.
The bean bell.
Poured out of molten brass.
So, did you 3D print metal, or did you 3D print the wax and then poured the brass into the single cast wax thing? Like, what is the sitch with those?
Yeah, you 3D print the whatever you put into the mold, and you don't print the wax. I don't know how he does it, but it's hot, molten brass poured into a mold.
And
then you get the metal, you know?
Well, because bless you, Pat.
Squeeze me.
The way I heard it works is you print out this like wax that burns away, and you bury it in sand. And then you pour in this is like how special jewelry is made. Like everyone's got these custom.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Oh, I had to do that in college. We did a bronze pour. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. So we brass poured. You can get a brass bean. Did you not see this pair?
No. Pull it up.
You didn't make out a wax, bury it in sand, and then pour molten brass down there.
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah. Well, that's
do you have images, photo evidence, Phil?
Yeah, right here. Hold on.
Photo evidence.
Right now.
That sounds fun. I want to do that.
It's how all that special jewelry is made. My bean does not glow that much. I'll tell you now.
You gotta put light on. You have a flashlight? A torch? You have a torch you can put up to it?
No, it has to be
UV light. Right under the light all day.
It doesn't have to be UV light. This is from a regular flashlight. We haven't used any UV light on these beans yet.
I have not seen my bean glow yet. I think that when you cure it and it gets bathed in all that light, it like basically just blows its load of glow.
Citizen Ronin and who else had one? Snarticom both took pictures of their beans and how luminous they were. But here's the brass.
Luminous.
I want a baby brass bean.
And you could hang it from things, Pear. Look, it has a little loop, so you can make them into earrings and stuff like that. So yeah, it's poor.
That's a Christmas tradition. You have to hang 8 of them.
Yeah.
How many candles are on a dreidel? Whatever the Jews do. A Hanukkah.
I don't know. Oh, 8. It's 8, right?
There we go. We need the 8
crazy nights.
The 8 brass beans of Christmas. Is this essentially the shell bean version of a JO crystal if you put it around your neck?
Yeah.
That's a lot of detail for. I would think that in the because are you using sand?
Well, it's a special powder that forms to the wax mold that you do, and then you have to vacuum seal the powdered mold as you're pouring the hot brass.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like blow out the bottom of the mold.
Yeah.
You never want to blow out your beans bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can see this is actually every bean has Shelby's fingerprints on the top of it.
That's not creepy at all.
I'm always astounded by how okay you guys are with having all the 3D printed artifacts remain on these things.
Yeah. Well, we're not anal like you.
I'm very anal.
This is true.
All anal all the time. That's how it is with me.
Oh God.
Hello. Speaking of anal, welcome to Creative Block, the weekly rotating show where we talk about creative stuff. We try and learn, we try and live, we share a little bit of news. I have a slight nugget today, a news nugget.
Noise.
But yeah, we have a presentation. Today's episode is called A Little Hot to Hot. Because in previous shows, Pear has been the driving force behind bringing this up. Pear's been talking about hot a lot. So it got me thinking, like, yeah, it's important in storytelling. Why not do a little show on it? So I have a presentation about hot in storytelling.
I only talk about it because it's my main weakness.
Well, because hot is you're cold, and hot is warm, and you're like, I need some that warmth.
Are you saying hot or heart?
Hot.
Hot. How are you supposed to say it? Heart. You're saying hurt?
Yeah, but so just by if you recognize that you need it, that's almost good enough for me, at least. And, if it's a blind spot, that's bad. But I'm like, at least I.
Yeah, being oblivious is the worst. And in fact, obliviousness is probably what makes people fumble the heart. Like, we'll talk about that at the end, the ultimate fumbling of the heart. Because some people try it and like they beat you over the head with it. But yeah, before getting into that presentation, usually we do a little conversation about our weeks. Has anything interesting happened to anyone this week?
No.
It's been an event.
I do a lot. I'm back on drawing pages, so that's great. I need to update my campaigns. Everybody, I apologize. I will update it right after the show. But yeah, I'm back to drawing pages. That's all.
I finished one of those big 90s thrillers that I've been getting. I know where all the community libraries are, where they have the little box with books in it, And so I've been exchanging them out. But there's one at the Y. So I brought 3 thrillers in and took 2 away. But the 2 I took away were from this lady named Ira Gnomestead or something like that. I didn't know they were both. One was like about a barbarian and one was about a doctor who an assassin tries to kill. And they're written by the same lady. and I started reading the Barbarian one, and I kind of hate it, but I kind of like how much I hate it. It's like it's like they're just bantering. It's a 12-year-old girl bantering with a barbarian, and it feels like female fantasy, like, but it's like the fantasy is to get groomed. Like they're talking about, she's like, I'll be 16 in 4 years, and the barbarian's like, I already got like 8 girlfriends, and she's like, yes, well,
I already got 8 16-year-olds at home.
And yeah, and then they splash mud on them, so they bathe together, but I think fully clothed. But they get mud splashed. I'm like, what is this book? I thought it was like Conan. But
it didn't describe the mud in some horrible way, like as if Stephen King was writing it. The way it cascades.
No, and actually, I wonder if she did this on purpose, but there is almost like innuendo. She's like, oh, the slimy mud, I got it all over me. I got to go to the lake and wash off. Like, this is writing dialogue for a 12-year-old girl too.
So is this like 80s or 90s? What is that one? The vampire thing, but with a barbarian.
Yeah. It's kind of written almost like that, like the
Anne Rice
young adult style. And I think it's from 90s, just by guessing how old the book is. It's not like completely falling apart, but it's like,
it should say
well used. Yeah.
I always think that people are gonna get like AIDS from those fucking book hutches.
I know, I'm worried about that because that was one of the episodes of you guys know what I'm talking about? What's it called?
No.
Wait, book hutches? Those are like neighborhood libraries?
Yeah. There was a King of the Hill episode where Peggy Hill started one, and she gave everyone AIDS.
Yeah. What? No, she gives them like book lice or
whatever. Lice, yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. So I look at my books. I'm like, better not be fucking book lice on these.
Yeah, I was never scared of book lice, but I always thought, like, aren't those fucking things gonna get moldy? Isn't some homeless person gonna pee in one of them? Like, if you were homeless, you know, the world's really got you down. Isn't one of those book hutches like the perfect mark? You're like, I'm gonna take this out on society once and for all. I'm gonna pee on all those dang books.
I was just thinking about this because I went to my parents today, and there's one down the block from their house, and I'm like, how does that thing's got to be really waterproof for those books not to get drenched, you know?
Yeah, the ones I grabbed seem to be okay.
So apparently they're like a standardized thing that people buy to set up. They're not just like home crafting their own thing.
Yeah, I found out that they there's like little groups or people, there are forums for these things and standard builds for neighborhood libraries. There's one in my neighborhood, and it always seems really nice and cute. It's like right next to a bus bench. It's adorable.
They just seem like the perfect target for taking revenge on society. Not even just, you know, you could be the homeless person that pees, or you could be like very cerebral about it and put a really offensive book.
I think so. I am also shocked that I have never seen one of those little libraries vandalized or like peed on. I think it's because people assume it's for kids, and it's really messed up if you do that for a thing that's for kids. Because like even in like ghetto-y neighborhoods I've lived, those libraries have always been nice. So this is kind of cool.
Think of the children, you know.
Yeah, I think people assume it's for kids. So like you're a shithead if you fuck with kids.
I always thought it was for hoity-toity book women. You know, the full the
women don't leave their houses, Jake.
They do. They leave their houses to set up these book hutches so they can have this fantasy of owning their own mini library.
It does. It feels more like a thing a woman would do. I'm going to set up a little community library.
Yeah.
Put some Nora Roberts in there or whatever.
Well,
but yeah, if you did revenge, it would attack people just trying to read books. It'd be very cruel.
It's a very.
I was thinking who actually ever fucking reads these books, and that's why I was glad, because I was like, me. I'm
yeah, there's some old like community focused old lady that's like, I will put the muddy.
You're echoing, by the way.
I know, it's because It's probably through Irene's thing. Yeah, I will put the Muddy Barbarian with the 16-year-old book. As like, I'll read that. That's for me.
Yeah. You know, speaking of like books that are crazy or whatever, I tried to shoot a little short film last spring, and it kind of, that's a whole other thing, but it kind of died out or whatever. But one of the things I needed was a bunch of books that I was going to soak. Maybe I've told you some of this, but so I had to soak them all and then let them dry in the sun so they get all wrinkly and weird, and those are going to be props. And so I actually put on Craigslist for like actors, and there was one person who got in touch. She's like, I don't want to act, but I just want to help you with props and stuff. And she was like super high energy girl who works at the Peninsula College, who's really nice, but definitely like kind of funny. And she's like, there's the library, just I got books for you, come get them at the Peninsula College library. So I drive up there, and she gives me 2 giant bins of books that the library had thrown away, basically. And so then I was gonna dunk them all in water, but I'm kind of going through them, and there's like a lot of good books. I kept a couple, but there was one, and it was a book, I forget what it's called, but it was a book by the Marquis de Sade, who's like a famous like pervert kind of guy. The legends about him, like I think they say he invented the psychosexual spectrum of making it violence on the far end. So like as sexual degeneracy, it ends in, it's what the FBI uses to catch killers now. That's like what's crazy is like Marquis de Sade invented that, but he was kind of like of the cloth himself or whatever. Like he was almost a serial killer, and he was super degenerate sexually, and his mom turned him into the police. She's like, he hasn't killed anyone yet, but mark my words, he will. So they locked him up, and they said when he was locked up, he wrote a bunch of books and he masturbated all day in his jail cell. And anyway, I got one of his books, and I opened it and read like one sentence and closed it, and I'm scared to open it again forever. And I'm actually scared for people to know that I have it. You could totally get canceled by owning it.
Okay.
You just told everybody you have it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. But like in real life, I guess.
Saying it on the show like this, that's what makes it okay. Like by mentioning it and setting the tone.
I didn't buy it.
Of why it
Yeah, totally.
You future cancel yourself. Yeah, I know. The only way I know about that guy is from reading Preacher. There was a whole bit with him in this. I fucking love Preacher.
Yeah.
Is Preacher good?
Well, okay. Thing is, me of the past thought it was amazing. And is it Garth Ennis? I love Garth Ennis. And Steve Dillon. Is Steve Dillon passed away? I love his art. I think he might have. I don't know. Maybe he's not. Me of the past absolutely loves Preacher. It was when I first started university. I was like buying these Preacher hardbacks when they were first coming out. And that's when I would read Why the Last Man. I thought that was good. But nowadays you'd be like, what is this? What is this feminist garbage? But it probably isn't. And The Boys. I love The Boys. But if you went back and read The Boys, you'd be like, what is this edgy teen garbage?
I read the first like 10 or 12 issues of Preacher. But then I didn't. I stopped for some reason. I don't know. It's a lot of talking, you know?
Yeah, I think, you know how I piss you off, Pear, all the time by saying, like, why do I care? And I just give up on something because it hasn't won me over. Back then, I was willing to put up with, like, just meandering
conversation between a
and Preacher. Yeah, Preacher kind of, it leans on the edgy stuff. Kind of, so like, if that's new to you, you're like, mind is blown and you love it, but then if you're desensitized to edginess, then you're just like, this book's boring.
You know, that's like all of those things were edgy. Like I loved Crust back then too, because like, oh, it's so edgy. There's a guy who fucking beats people up with a giant severed horse cock. So cool.
Yeah.
But like, so being a recovering edgelord, it's like, well, you still want to put edgy stuff in the thing you make, but you need to make something that isn't just the Edge, right?
And is the king of edgelord stuff.
He's the best. He's the best. I am. It's there has to be a tip. You only get canceled if you're a fucking pussy. I think this is the case. Like, if he's never been canceled, right? Like, he does the most edgiest stuff that someone could cancel him over. I think there's a certain line where if you cross it, they're like, "What's the point? Like, what? How are we gonna win with this guy?" Like,
yeah, like South Park is kind of like that too.
Did I tell you guys the Lobo Garth Ennis story?
No, but that sounds exciting already on the face of it.
So Doug Mankey told me this when he was on the channel a couple of years ago. He did a one-shot called Hitman Lobo, and Hitman is a DC character that Garth Ennis did a long run on. He's just a regular guy, but he has X-ray vision, and he's this Irish guy who's a hitman, and he kills superhero characters in DC lore. And so at the end of the Lobo Hitman story, the script was approved and it was drawn, but they had to change it because after it was drawn, they're like, we can't have this. So the implication at the end is Lobo and Hitman are hired to kill each other, but you can't kill Lobo because he heals. He has a crazy healing factor. So what Hitman does to get Lobo off his back is he knocks him out and has his super pervert friend from a super team that Garth Ennis came up with, who is just like, his power is super pervertism or whatever. Yeah. And the implication is Mr. Hitman had this guy sodomize Lobo, and they videotaped it, and he basically blackmailed him. Was like, I'm going to show this to everybody in the Justice League and in the world if you don't leave the planet right now. And Lobo flies off. So the editor
flies off in shame.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So Doug drew it, between the panels or whatever. He was his ass in the air. But they had to redraw it, and they changed it to they get Lobo drunk and he marries that guy. Like, he marries a man in a wedding dress.
Well,
and they videotape it. Like, they go to Vegas. He's now legally married to this guy, and he gets pissed off and flies off because he doesn't want anybody to know that.
As someone who appreciates edginess, I actually think that's probably the better solution to do that. Like, look, yeah, you can write horrible thing happens and then someone has to deal with it and runs away. But, like, I don't know if that's entertaining. And if you're a Lobo fan, so that means he's been canonically been raped.
Right. Yeah.
And it just kind of destroys the character. But if it's like a Ned and Homo go to Vegas and get married type thing, that's just funny. So
that is funny, yeah. But it's very Garth Ennis.
There's I read a Garth Ennis. He did there's this anthology thing where it's like a horror anthology that's going out now. And he did something with Becky Cloonan, and I'm like, oh, this will be fun, because Becky Cloonan isn't exactly the edgiest person in the world. And I'm like, I wonder what happens here. And it was the most non-Garth Ennis written thing ever.
Really?
It was like nothing. It was genuinely nothing. So that was a shame. I don't have it on me to show off, but yeah, nothing happened in it.
Steve Dillon did pass away in 2016.
There you go. Like, died in 2016. Yeah, I loved his art. It was one of the influences back when I tried to draw non-cartoony stuff. And it was horrible. But yeah.
This week it snowed a bunch last week, and then it melted, and then now it froze, so there's ice everywhere.
Oh, that's
the
fun.
worst. Well,
yeah,
okay.
Our parking lot at work is horrible. Like, our office.
Don't drive anywhere.
And like town is not plowing the sidewalks either, so it's just like
what
crazy.
Aren't you guys
moon like craters?
Aren't you supposed to be functional with snow up there?
Yeah, no, the town usually comes with like a bobcat plow and like brushes all of the ice off that the plows leave on the sidewalk, but they have not. So
they don't salt everything first.
The streets, yeah, but
I
don't know. They're slacking. I finished Fulfillment, which is awesome. So that's kick ass. The next book is almost fully lettered. I think I have 2 pages left, but I want to add an extra double page spread to the next issue. So I have Oliver draw that and then letter that up. That should be quick. And then, Jake, you might like this. I'm working on painting a statue that my brother 3D printed. Look at this. It's gonna be Vash.
Why would I be interested in a Vash painted by you?
Because you're a fake weeb.
I couldn't care less about Trigun, Phil.
Trigun logo. And then it's so cool, dude. He's sitting on Wolfwood's Punisher cross. So I painted the base of the Punisher cross.
How deep does it go in him?
So cool. And then I got to build it all up. But yeah, it's going to be dope. And then because there's no Wolfwood statues. So I'm going to commission and then 3D print a Wolfwood to go along with this statue.
It looks great on your potato cam.
Good. That's
now
all you ever see it.
Now I'm back in England. I've been reunited with my bag of 3D printing stuff. Remember when I had a 3D printing fixation?
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly stopped one day. That's how it always goes. But yeah, I have my bag of like various parts of voluptuous women in a bag. I could go get it. I'll be right back. I'll let Phil talk more about his 3D.
That's printing. Okay. You don't have to go get it.
You don't know. Fine. Well, it's great. I'm glad you've managed to do Fulfillment. I still am unable to.
Oh my goodness.
The sojourn of the standees. Did you know that people can request that you do an update on Kickstarter?
No. That's a new thing?
Yeah, I got a message on Kickstarter saying a backer has requested that you fucking update your campaign, you loser. And so yeah, I went and I did a little update. I made everything. I really went in on the telling everyone that you have very nice books. I'm like, guys, do you not understand how expensive they are? By the way, all of the covers were offset printed. I went on about the standees. I'm like, look, guys, look at the suffering I'm going through for you. But yeah, it's still the last email I got from the standee people it's a screenshot of the InDesign file I sent. And an InDesign file is like the professional way of doing this stuff. And they're like, can you send this in a different format? We cannot open this file. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Damn.
So
I replied with like, what file formats can you open? And they haven't replied yet. But
that is so painful. It's really a pity that you ended up not being able to use my standee people in Taiwan because they're great. Zero problems like this.
Just
but like,
massively
expensive. Like a PDF.
It is insanely expensive right now because of tariffs.
Yeah, but Phil, the whole thing is they might want to move stuff around to create gaps. So you want to give them an InDesign file so they can move stuff. But I guess not. Maybe
they obviously don't know what that is. So.
Yeah.
No, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. So I mean, I don't understand how you could be working in a service like this and not be able to open InDesign files. This is ridiculous.
Anyway,
I don't want to use these guys now.
The can is kicked down the road another week on going to production for the standees and the pins. But I did mention that I was doing new artwork. Look, this is the old artwork that's on the front of the cards, and now there's new artwork on every single card for the game side. And look, there's the little Seed Shaman one. Yeah, but other than that, I'm back home in England, and for Matt, it has been so depressing being back and like instantly it's overcast, rain, sludge town. and it's just been, I've been able to get hardly anything done. I feel like I've been trying to work on a new cover, and I'm like, you know what? Something's off. Something's missing. And remember those Benedict medals that I got that are like demon repellent? Like while I was in America.
Oh, yeah. I do remember you showing them off.
So in America, I bought this big stash of Benedict medals, and you can get 120 of them for like $12. And the day that I got those in America, it's like this. I did all these big size, like the biggest purging of evil energy, and I'm like, maybe I should get some more Benedict medals. So I have them. They came today or yesterday.
You needed more? Why'd you need more?
Well, because I don't have them here. I didn't bring them with me. And I'm like, I'm going to get some of those Benedict medals. And as soon as I opened these, the same thing happened again. A big blasting off of evil, depressed energy.
What did that feel like?
It you know, in an anime, when like, if imagine someone opens a box and it's full of like power and it like blows past them like wind.
Right.
If it actually does feel like that.
All right.
But I guess you have to be like evil for that to happen.
Oh, okay.
So if you're not evil,
so you were evil.
I mean, I get, or at least possessed by evil.
Possessed by evil.
I can see that.
Well, I'm glad you have your protection medals back.
Yeah, medals of protection. Also, before I left to go to America for all that time, it was before Vatican City had come out, or the first Vatican City had come out, just before I left. And I went to the local comic shop and I said to the guy, could you hold these? I will be back at Christmas time. And I'm like, I'll have all the covers, please. And he's like, okay. And then this week I went back into the comic shop, and it's like, it must be an experience he never has. I have actually come to pick up the things I asked you to order.
Yeah.
So I have both covers of issue 2 and 3 now.
Yeah, look at that. He held them. He didn't.
Legit. Limited
he kept
edition.
His promise, huh?
Yeah, he kept his promise.
That's a good man right
guy.
Swell guy.
So yeah, other than that, getting ready for Christmas now. I still haven't bought any Christmas presents.
Yeah, same.
Same. I'm just gonna draw people stuff. That's my go-to.
Good idea.
See, if I was to do that, it would not be as good. I don't think it'd be as well received.
It's actually really it's I'm very grateful that I can draw well, because that's all I do for gifts. Because like sometimes
cheating.
Sometimes cheating. People love it.
The thing is, technically, it's a super expensive gift because of how much your art is worth. But at the same time, nothing.
At the
same time, it does mean nothing. Yeah.
With gift giving, it's all always a hit or miss. But with drawing, it's easy to figure out what kind of drawing somebody would like, right? So it's easy. Just draw a little thing, put it in a nice frame. That's my go-to.
Alex's original art makes a great gift. Yeah, if someone else draws it and you buy it and you give it, then I really think, even though it's an amazing,
I've done that before.
Well, there you go. But I think taking over in people's minds is like, how much did they spend on this? Did they draw? They just drew this? Is this at least nice paper? Did they use expensive pens?
Okay, if your friends or family are thinking that, then you should be rid of them, because that is petty as fuck.
That's what Jake's thinking.
Well, look, I'm sure we're all
anyone
thinking,
shows him ever.
We're all thinking it.
He got a certain gift basket a few weeks ago.
I don't fucking think that. I think about how much effort someone puts in.
Is it evil to think it? Because
it's not evil, it's just a little materialistic. I would rather get, even if someone wasn't a great artist, I would appreciate the effort, because I actually don't like having a bunch of random junk. Because like, what do people get you for Christmas when they don't really know? It's like, more socks, more blankets. And it's usually, I got this when, I've gotten so many Christmas presents that are just scarves and socks, and it's not even my style. It's really easy to shop for me. Black everything, but people can't figure it out. How can you not even figure that out? So art is great. Or just, give me money. Buy my books.
Okay. I mean, I'll concede. I'll just draw stuff for people for Christmas.
There you go. I'm glad I convinced you.
Henry Beamer says, seriously though, a good bottle of scotch usually works. That's always the fallback for the dad.
Oh, really? I don't know any drunks, so
you don't have to be a drunk to consume alcohol. Just like you don't have to be a drug addict to smoke something once.
Yeah, especially if I'm going over to someone's place for like Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner, just wine. I'll bring a ton of wine. It's great. I don't have to do anything. They're happy. Everybody's drunk.
You know what? I'll tell a funny story. I did get to join someone for Thanksgiving this year. It was wonderful. It was my only second Thanksgiving ever. And it was relatively fancy and family orientated. And I went to the do you call them package stores all across America? Like the alcohol?
Yeah, that's what we call liquor stores.
Package stores?
Yeah, apparently.
I've never heard that in my life.
Maybe it's a southern thing then. I thought it was everywhere.
There you go. They call liquor stores package stores in some parts of America, Phil. But you're all the way up in the north.
I don't know about that. Perry, you ever heard that?
No.
He's in the north
package
too.
Stores?
Yeah, that's okay. I stand corrected. All liquor stores are called package stores in the South.
So I bought a giant bottle,
East.
A giant bottle of Long Island iced tea.
Okay.
Which is apparently just a party drink.
It is. It's a party drink.
It was pre-mixed Long Island iced tea, and I look at it
Why did you bring that instead of whiskey or wine or something that's like a nice thing to bring to dinner?
I thought it was cool. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome because I love that shit. And apparently, it's like really hard to make because you have to mix like 50 drinks. So show up to Thanksgiving with a giant plastic bottle of Long Island iced tea.
Wow.
Yeah, to my knowledge, it's like a bunch of different alcoholic drinks mixed into one bottle.
This is why you lost the Civil War. So. Nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted to drink it. And so like I got, I made some jokes about it. I got people to pity try it. And then I'm like, well, I guess I better drink it. So I progressed to try and drink as much of this Long Island iced tea.
You brought a shitty party drink to Thanksgiving and drank the whole thing yourself.
I didn't know the whole thing. I couldn't
masqueraded it as a gift for your hosts.
I drank about half of it, and then I'm like, I think if I continue, I'm gonna start socially faux pas-ing here. So I need to stop drinking this Long Island iced tea.
It's funny. It was like BYOLIIST or whatever.
BYO iced tea.
Yeah.
BYO.
I'm a good. What do they call it? I'm a good guest. You don't even need to get me drunk. I'll get myself drunk.
I brought my giant bottle of pre-mixed cheapo Long Island iced tea.
Not packing stores, package stores, chat.
Oh, by the way, Moromi said right at the beginning, I know I forgot to say hello to everyone. Hello, Mo. Hello, Epignosis. Hello. The Deech. But Moromi said it was his birthday today. So happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Whose birthday?
Moromi's.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday, brah.
I don't know if did you delete the message? Maybe you did.
I guess too far back.
He deleted that it's his birthday. It's just Moromi's unbirthday.
You doxed his birthday, dog?
Where's KSSS when you need him?
We put it in chat.
Yeah. But yeah, another Thanksgiving revelation. Phil, I know you this year you were pushing the whole sweet potato appreciation.
I always do. I love sweet potatoes. They're great.
But it made me think that I've never had sweet potatoes before.
What?
You haven't?
really?
This Thanksgiving was
That's crazy.
the first ever sweet potato enshrining.
Do sweet potatoes not grow in the British Isles?
No one cares about it. We got regular potatoes.
The Irish, right?
Yeah, the Irish are our potatoes. We just but yeah, you know what?
So how did you have them? Was it mashed? Was it?
It was sliced.
Cut them? Was it throw them in a stew? What was
that? mash them, put them in a stew. They were like little discs, so they look like carrots. They look like chopped carrots.
Oh, they must have been small sweet potatoes. Yeah, we eat tons of sweet potatoes. For Taiwanese food has tons of sweet potatoes.
Interesting.
Before Thanksgiving, I would have been on the anti-sweet potato. Even never having them before, I'd be like, I don't want that shit. I got regular potatoes. What's this weird carrot potato? But post trying them, Phil, I am on Team Phil when it comes to the sweet potato.
They're good.
You should seek out some other versions. Like a sweet baked potato is great. It's just like a baked potato, you know.
Oh, yeah. Oh gosh. Okay, so if you guys want to be a little hick, this is a great thing to try. So in Taiwan for Chinese New Year's, we go to my family's farm because there's all farmers out in the boonies and they farm sweet potatoes. So we build like a dirt oven with a bunch of rocks on the bottom, set it on fire, and then let the fire die down, then throw the sweet potatoes in this little like dirt oven out in the fields and just let it cook by heat around these like rocks and dirt. So good.
You should try that song.
Well, that's the good kind of let him cook, not the new Zoom let him cook.
Let him cook. That's also a good kind of let him cook. Not cooked.
Yeah, cook it up.
Not it's cooked. Let him cook.
Sweet potato fries. You need to try those.
I've never had them, but I do want them.
Or sweet potato crisps. Sorry.
Chips,
whatever. Oh yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. Sweet potato crisps are good though too.
Cool.
Sweet potato everything, and then the traditional like American sweet potato is like mashed sweet potato with a bunch of like pecans and marshmallows on top. That'll give you a heart attack, but you don't.
That will.
Maybe part of it was watching the first time I heard about sweet potato was like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Thanksgiving episode, and they're talking about sweet potatoes, and I'm like, maybe this isn't for me.
Yeah.
Oh, why would that be?
Secretly, I desired them in the background, and finally, I had sweet potatoes, and I'm like, it's for everyone. But yeah, they were delicious.
Glad you've discovered sweet potatoes.
For everybody.
Yeah, now going into. Are you guys doing anything for Christmas? Anything special?
Boiled goose is a new thing we're gonna try.
You're doing a boiled goose?
Yeah, it's like a ritual.
You're boiling a whole goose?
Is that like a Christmas version of American Pie?
Yeah. I've never had goose. I've had duck. Everybody talks about a Christmas goose, and I say what's good for the goose is good for me. You know?
I've never heard of that. I'm going to be surprised as I will be seeing family for Christmas, and I'm just gonna see what they cook. I am the person that just shows up and eats food because I don't. I suck at cooking.
Yeah.
So, yes, I bring wine and I eat the food. So that's my role through the holiday season. Nice. It'll be great.
Yeah, every year my family goes through this cycle of 1 year they'll put way too much effort into Christmas and get really stressed out and argue and everything. And then they go, we're not doing this again. And then the next year, no one will fucking do anything. And it'll be like, you figure it out. And then they'll be like, that Christmas wasn't very good. We didn't do anything. Next year we're gonna do stuff together. And then that Christmas becomes the stress Christmas. So this Christmas is the off Christmas year that no one was going to do anything. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do a special middle Christmas. It's not the stressful Christmas. It's not the don't give a fuck Christmas. We can have a nice, normal mid Christmas. And I'm very
seems like the obvious solution.
Yeah, I'm getting with my mom and my grandparents, and I really wanted to root for the turducken. I'm a turducken guy. Have you
had it?
I don't know what that is.
So, Patty, you know what a turducken is?
No, that sounds
a turkey
British.
and a duck.
So it's a duck shoved inside a chicken, shoved inside a turkey.
What?
Right. Yeah.
It's the 3-bird roast.
That.
The image in my head is rather horrifying, but I bet it's good.
Better than bad. It's good.
So
okay.
Here's the thing with turducken, Phil. Is traditionally, while they're alive, says Django Sword. Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's like Kosheki. That's like the man who has who lives forever because his soul is inside of a duck, inside of a egg, inside of a pond or something. You have to go find it and crack it open, release his soul so you can kill him. It's from
Phil,
Hellboy.
Is traditionally, is one bird shoved inside the other bird whilst it still has the skeleton, or is this just layered meats?
Yeah, I think it's boneless. I've never had it because I'm not a, sadist or whatever you call it. But
that anti-bird. I want 3 dead birds in one. I want to create a homunculus, like one of those old British Museum made-up dinosaurs version of.
In my mind, it's like the Thanksgiving turkey with like the big hole in it, and then just like the duck is the same way but shoved in the turkey, and the chicken's the same way shoved in there. Maybe there's a pigeon shoved in the chicken. It's like this is horrifying.
The duck's head is outside of the chicken's ass.
It was big in the 80s.
God.
I think it was big. I think it came out in the 80s.
One year I managed to get it. I'm like, I'm buying the meat this year, and I went to the butcher's and it was duck, chicken, and duck, turkey, and beef. And it was fucking amazing.
No.
And this year I'm trying to battle to get a turducken, but my mom's like, your granddad wants turkey. And I'm like, no one gives a fuck about turkey, man. Like, this is boring food. It's always dry. But anyway.
I like a pot roast,
Turkey's great.
You roast a pot?
Yeah, pot roasted up. Some bread. Nothing too fancy.
Well, I hope you guys in the chat all have wonderful Christmases. Are you not doing anything special for Crimmins, pair?
I'm going to see my family and my brother and his kids. So that'll be nice. But yeah, I haven't gotten gifts really.
You can just draw something for him.
Just draw something.
I got a few friends I like to get gifts for too. But I'll get I got one buddy I was a roommate with for a while, and he's just had a kid. So I think I want to get a little Bitcoin, just like $100 a Bitcoin maybe for his baby. Cool. But I ended up getting him a sticker set of Sonic the Hedgehog, which is like the cheapest. It was like at the dollar store,
$100 a Bitcoin or Sonic the Hedgehog sticker set. Let's see where this is gonna go.
Yeah, and maybe I can get him both.
Wildly varying choices.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be good.
And then he has a brother who has kids too, and I'm like, nothing for you guys this year. Sorry, it's too much.
Yeah.
And they're old enough to look him in the eye, and they start crying when I tell them that too. So.
You're a great friend or uncle.
Yeah, you just look at them and say, "Sorry, Santa's just not talking to me anymore." Like,
he's like, I don't even know if you were nice or naughty. Yeah. I'm out of the loop. I'm in the boonies.
Well, no matter what you will do for Christmas, I hope you wait. I was going to segue into the thing, but I kind of feel like Irene wants to talk about her art.
Oh,
yeah. Let's see it. Let's see this.
Thank you for that. I was going. I didn't want to interrupt the conversation, so I was going to just pop it in when I had a chance. But here you go. Here's the page I was working on.
Drawing up a storm?
Yeah, I draw. Did you guys know I draw?
I've heard.
There are no panel borders because I do the panel borders digitally, so this looks like a schizo page. Yeah, it looks really messy because there are no panel borders, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there you go. Yeah, this was a really kind of a detailed page. I didn't realize it would end up this detailed, but any fire scene is like that.
Is that Nina?
Yeah, that's Nina.
Hell yeah.
She's a little fucked up because she jumped the well, they're being chased by this demon. It's the first demon fight of chapter 3, and it's just them up against this new demon. It's like this double-headed weird thing with tentacles out the back. So yeah, we're gonna see how they get away, what they do.
If they get away.
Got fucked up.
If they get away.
If they get away. Who knows? Maybe they won't. Da-da-da. But yeah. So there, I have proven that weeks of not drawing, actually, it wasn't like weeks of not drawing at all, but I've been penciling. I haven't inked in a while. My stupid
I like when the camera goes off and your face you turn into like a...
Oh yeah. Look like a proper ghoul. That's my real face. But yeah, I'm glad to see that I can still, in fact, draw and I can ink. I have not completely lost my skills because I've been promoting the campaign and penciling for like 2 months. So yeah.
You still got it, people.
Still got it. I can still draw, guys. The book's in the bag. Well, not yet, but it will be.
How long did it take you to do that page? Are you in a good rhythm?
Yeah, I'm getting back in a good rhythm. The last page took me like almost a week. And it wasn't that complicated. I was just not getting in the zone. This one took me like 2 days. So that's good. If I can do 2 days for the next few pages, that would be great. I'll be right back on schedule.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. Well, speaking of schedule, I do have a presentation. See, I was going to say, no matter what you're doing this Christmas, I hope you all find the warm, hot Christmas meaning style thing. I forgot how I was going to segue. But yeah, we're supposed to be talking about hot today. And I do have a presentation. Let's see how many slides are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only 5 slides, guys.
Ooh.
Wow, very restrained.
That's exciting.
Let's see it.
Look, there isn't even like a title page.
Wow.
Oh, what?
Revolutionary.
Yeah, there's no page. There's no page that says.
I demand you make one.
All right, I'll make it right now. I'll write it on a bit of paper and say.
And why?
You know, there's a Francis Ford Coppola movie, like after he made Apocalypse Now, I think. So he had made like all these masterpieces. But then he made one called One from the Heart. And apparently it lost a ton of money. It was about a husband and wife hating each other. I think. I never seen it. But I think it actually might have a happy ending. I don't know.
Well, that's the... If they just decided to make a film that was all hot, then there's no contrast, aka no impact. If you're like, well, it's just a man and a woman and they have a relationship and I guess it works out. Yeah. It's like, who gives a fuck?
I know all the arguments against Heart, so I want to hear what you say, and then I can, if you might mention them too, but I can tell you guys.
Oh, well, I only
the anti-Heart establishment's talking point.
Anti-Heart.
I have arguments for, not against. So, and it's all just on this slide, so we can dive into the against soon because I want to hear it.
Okay.
So, experience with Hot Wise. Like, we all know Pear is cold, calculated, plot-driven storytelling. He's going to bring the anti-Hot. Phil and Irene, what are your little stances on Hot?
I love it.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's you're supposed to argue against it. I think that, I mean, there are different storytelling styles. Sometimes stories can work with just plot, but I think I love stories that have a heart, where it's all about the characters and emotions. But the thing is, you can't ground the heart in just, oh, they're just feeling emotions for reasons. It has to be built on a solid foundation and logic. And I think what I try to do is, there's a solid foundation, there's a logical plot line that's interesting, but then you extrapolate the heart from that. I think that's the most engaging type of storytelling.
Yeah, Henry Beam is saying we are in an anti-hot culture right now. I would make the argument that hot is making a comeback, and this isn't just some fly-by-night little, oh, I guess we could add some hot. I think people are I think we went through the period of like, hot sucks. What's the point? It's just a crutch. And then everyone was like,
now, are you saying that interchangeably with sincerity? I feel like
I was about to say, I think it's like the whole millennial, I guess I've heard it's a millennial thing, which I think is kind of true, of aversion to sincerity. And I think that's making a comeback, and it should. It's like, nothing can be sincere. Everything has to be haha, snarky humor and ironic. That's a lack of sincerity, and that stems from a fear of being seen as having heart, because that's cringe, but it's not.
Well, I kind of think that there was a period of sincere nihilism where people bought into the kind of atheistic, nothing has any meaning stuff, which wasn't just the snarky Marvel, like, this doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, well, and that's the Marvel thing is almost my real quick, like a little bit of argument against is maybe the reason some people, there's like a movement against it is because it can be done so hokey, so schmaltzy that you just hate it, you know? And that's like, I can picture like some Marvel stuff like that, or so manipulative or whatever, you know? Like the music soars, and then they have their little moment, and you're like, oh my God, this movie would be better if they just cut that. Or if like one guy just like punched the other guy. It'd be so
well, it's manipulative, and Alice VRB is saying a heart can be corrupted, e.g. suicidal empathy. That's why I say it has to be built on a foundation of logic. Because if it's just manipulation, if it's only surface level, I don't think it works. It's not just, oh, more emotions in storytelling, the veneer of sincerity makes things good. That's not true. It's, you have an interesting plot and there's a logical foundation, but you extrapolate sincerity from that. It's like, I have a cool idea, but I presented it in a way that I really emotionally care about. That's the best, I think.
Yeah, I never understand this. The suicidal empathy thing, like in my head, it's like that person's secretly evil, and then using the veneer of sincerity and empathy to just like they're being used as a vessel to just create a fucked up scenario, and they don't even know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an example of like what is like schmaltz that makes you roll your eyes. Sometimes it's almost like the Marvel movies, like when they have Iron Man fake die at the end. Remember? I don't know. And so he sacrifices himself, but then he survives anyway, and it's all like emotional.
See, this will tie in at the end. Then this is like how you screw up the heart. It's like they've attempted it, but they've failed. It's like because it doesn't have any. It's not real. Like they take it away, like the fake killing himself thing. Like it just doesn't. It feels phony. You know what I mean? It feels shoved in. You don't feel it. Like to nail hot, it's not showing the characters feeling emotion. It's the emotion being created in the viewer, and that's when you get it right. Like Henry Bemis says, he just looked the definition. Heart signifies the emotional takeaway that moves the audience, often related to universal experiences like loss or growth. So
yeah. Characters emoting is another like negative of heart, almost like that can be kind of a bad thing, especially if it doesn't transfer. That can be like, a reason people react against heart a little bit is because, oh my God, people like crying on camera. It's not sad. Stop it. Versus like a scene where that's legitimately sad. They could maybe not be crying.
Well, it's oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
I was just gonna say it's a risk. I think the aversion that writers have had, the millennial writers, quote unquote, have had to heart is probably because it is such a risk. Because we've had this discussion on, we were just talking about Frankenstein, and for that's a great example, because I think there were scenes where, Pear, you were saying that it felt like, oh, it's so over dramatic. I mean, it's kind of melodramatic instead of heartful and soulful to you. For example, the scene where Elizabeth died. But I thought it was great. I thought it was well done. I was really feeling it. But like, that's the risk you take for having characters act very emotionally. You're betting on, okay, the plot has led to a point where somebody dies. You can present it in a very cold way where, okay, they're dead, let's move on. Or you can sit and marinate on it, and it's a risk. So the whole trend we've been going through where people are afraid of sincerity I think is because they're afraid of taking any risk. You're betting on the audience trusting you, and they don't want to make that bet, that risk.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, and like treating it less meta and more from, because this is like a trope people talk about that they don't like, is that someone will die, and then if you blink your eyes and they move to the next scene, everyone has moved on. Nobody cares about the dead person anymore. That's like in every movie ever almost. They kind of fall victim to that. And then that was one of the things that there are certain, you kind of have to go out of your way, but that's like if you try and treat it from the character's perspective, like, okay, no, we can take our time with the characters mourning the death. That can be part of the story. And that is like not necessarily, the author like just making decisions on how they want to manipulate the audience. It's coming from a place of all they're trying to do is just get in the heads of the characters, kind of.
Well, true. I think that's a good point. Yeah.
Being able to tell that to see the manipulation. Like, look, all of the emotions that you get someone to feel in a story, it is all manipulation. But it's like you need a light touch. Like, Pear, you mentioned before about the music swells. Like, sometimes music really does perfectly make a moment really fucking heart-wrenching, and it really gets to you partly because of the music, and you're okay with it. Sometimes you're like, fuck you, it's all music. Like, what are you doing? Go fuck yourself.
Anytime James Gunn does a movie and he just plays a pop track.
A really exaggerated example is, you know, those talent shows like America's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent, they always focus in on a person and they tell their sub story, and it's like they make the footage of them in the audition room go slow motion, go black and white, and then they start playing some fucking music, and it's like, go fuck yourself. I don't care about this person.
That's so manipulative.
Geordie was actually diagnosed with cancer 3 years ago, and this is her last chance to live her dream just before she has to like go for her final operation. And then it's all black and white. Like,
Got Talent.
Yeah, that stuff is definitely in that schmaltz realm. Yes. So I feel like there's two things that I was like, just doing it, just like making a gesture towards heart, putting in like some of this, a scene or a character feeling something, whether or not it lands, just doing it is enough almost. Like, that's one thing I think maybe. The other thing is, the last little argument against it is, there are stories that exist that kind of ignore that aspect of storytelling, and they're all great. So I don't even know how that works. But
do you have an example?
Well, so they can be, it's like every Stanley Kubrick movie, and then some of the new directors that are famous now, the Safdie brothers. Like, if you got Uncut Gems, which you hate, but they did a movie called Good Time, kind of similar. Although that does have like a character kind of feeling emotions, but I wouldn't necessarily call it heart. That movie's like, you definitely kind of love to hate the character. American Psycho, doesn't have any heart in it at all.
Let me try and think though. He does feel a lot of emotion though. like
I
what
didn't get American Psycho.
You didn't get it?
I
You
didn't
mean
get
like
it.
you didn't like it?
Women don't understand the film.
Women
not me being like-
don't understand the film.
Wasn't it written by a
maybe.
woman?
You
It
didn't
was
just
written-
think
No,
he
it
was cool.
It was
That's the
directed by
point
a
of the film,
woman.
is that he's
The
cool
book,
and everyone should be like him.
the book was written by a gay man. The movie was directed by a woman.
It's the perfect storm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. What even is hot? So yeah, I go. It's the warm after the cold, the carrot on the stick. I'm trying to put here that it's the payoff to the tension, which we've talked about before. It can give stakes meaning. It's the whole like, what are we fighting for? Like, why is someone striving? Why is Homer going to the power plant every day? Well, it's for Maggie. And I want to make a different parallel to like real life. It's kind of the moment that justifies changing that annoying screaming baby's diaper every day. That's like, well, at least you're cute. Like, so there's also this idea in the past that I've wanted to touch upon it. Or like, what's the point of the story? Like, why even do the hot thing? Sometimes I think it gives the story a point, which is hard sometimes. Like, it's not the only way to give a story a point, but like, I mean, like a central idea to pin a story around that when you get to it, you go like, oh, I get it. And maybe in a cold thing, it's just the way the plot works as a puzzle. You just
Dale
Yeah,
A mentioned Christopher Nolan. Sorry, and
Go ahead.
so Christopher Nolan's movies tend to rely on an interesting plot, but actually I don't think they have little heart. I think it's pretty well balanced. Yeah, I really like Christopher Nolan. So his movies are more plot focused, but then I think there's just enough heart to make it a signature style instead of we're just presenting like a cold plot. But I also really like Guillermo del Toro, who's all his movies are very warm, right? So both can, I think the same person can appreciate both styles. Yeah, I mean, with Christopher Nolan, his characters do react to tragic things or happy things, but he just doesn't stay on it for too long, which I think is good.
Yeah. Yeah, he was getting accused of being heartless, and that's when he did Interstellar, which has like kind of a ton of heart and almost too much.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I think heart genuinely is what makes a story memorable. It makes it discussable. It turns your characters into real people. But if you're not getting it right, it can have the opposite effect. Like, I don't really think of the characters as Interstellar as these real three-dimensional people. I just see them as like people that agonized over certain emotional things. You know what I mean? And like, there was a heart, but I didn't really feel the heart in Interstellar, even though it was there. Like, I didn't believe it.
Yeah, and actually, Interstellar, the best parts about it is all the cold stuff. There's a scene where he has to dock the ship, but both ships are spinning, so he has to match their rotation in order to dock correctly.
Right.
And the music is playing, which manipulative music, but it's like super intense and badass. That's like super memorable, that scene.
I think you have to match the type of hot with the type of cold. And like with hot, maybe people are like, oh, I'll just shove in some emotional stuff. And like, look, at least paying some lip surface to the concept of hot can work. But yeah, like say something like Interstellar, where it's like getting lost in space, essentially. Like, you could have some profound sacrifice of like a person doing some weird thing in space where they get like forgotten about, like they're removed from existence, and then everyone they ever knew from before like forgets about them because of some weird space thing. But like, maybe it's the only way to save them, that kind of thing. Like, that's a type of hot that could match weird space concepts.
You know, in Columbo, which we talked about on this show a fair amount, that one, it vexes me slightly because I'm like, is it warm or cold? They just solve the mystery and then it ends. There's no heart that you would say like the schmaltz, but they do have poignant endings. We looked up poignant, you know, so it always ended with a little poignant moment. And I think the other part is it's Peter Falk, the actor who plays Columbo. He has such soul that him just being a normal detective talking to people, for some reason that has heart. But all they're doing is talking and you're just like, "Ah, oh, Peter Falk, I love you, man. I love you." That's what it's like.
Yeah, like it's not just one moment everyone is happy. It's just like a certain type of emotion. And yeah, just having a charismatic actor like with Columbo, you can kind of feel the emotion within him. It's like an emotional realization of when he figures something out, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can feel him figuring it out. It's just you don't just know it with the puzzle fell into place. You can kind of feel him that he figured it out.
Yeah. And the way that show's structured is you get to know the bad guys. And part of how Columbo catches them is he kind of befriends them. And then a lot of times he kind of convinces them to turn themselves in by the end. And they like say goodbye and they walk off under arrest. And Columbo like kind of smiles and nods at him as they walk by. And like that's like your heart almost, which is
it's
weird.
like
it's like it matches exactly what you said. It matches the type of what the story should be or whatever. But
yeah, like instead of thinking of hot as like schmaltz, it's more like there is a relationship exchange, a realization, like a giving up. But yeah, one extra thing of like why even hot. If you write a bad story, but you get at least one good hot moment right, it kind of can probably make people forgive the rest of the shit story. So like, if you can get this one thing right, you can mess up a bunch of other stuff and people will still be glad they watched it or read it.
Yeah, you know something funny? One of the thrillers I read, it was about a hostage negotiator who the three punks, they randomly end up going into a house because they're kind of on a crime spree. They're like hiding out after robbing a gas station. The house they go into ends up being a financier for the mob, and he has discs in his house that once the cops in, because then it becomes a hostage situation. So then once the cops go in there, they're going to find the discs. They're going to be able to arrest the mafia. So then the mafia ends up taking the lead hostage negotiator's family hostage and telling him, we need those discs. Like, we don't care about the family in that house. You just got to figure out how to get the discs. And so like, that's all the cold stuff. Like the actual plot is awesome, but they do set up at the beginning. And I was like, what the fuck? Like they set up kind of a lot that the hostage negotiator, he's burnt out and he's estranged from his wife for the past year because his job was so terrible and he had such a traumatic experience with a child dying that was his fault that he had kind of quit and he was like borderline suicidal. He was just like totally out of it. And then through this process of saving his wife, they have one scene at the end where they are like kind of talking. And then the last line of the book is something like, he was healing or something like that. And I had kind of forgotten that they had set up, that he had issues because I was so focused on enjoying the plot because it was a good book. But that was a great ending. Like that was the last sentence and it put a little lump in my throat and I will remember that book now because of that like exclamation mark at the end. And all it was one sentence. That's what's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe that's a scene, but yeah.
And they nailed it and it made you forget all the rough edges and then it made you remember the story forever.
I think that that sounds like a really great example of what I think good heart should do. And yes, epignosis, heart doesn't necessarily equal just feelings. I think that that line of he's healing, it works because it ties you to, it grounds the story. It makes what's happening feel more real. So the plot is just purely this logically happens, but then the heart or sincerity, that lines like that or aspects of the story like that should make the characters feel like real people. So okay, I'm trying to sort through this in my head as well. The plot should work towards maybe the plot works towards making the world feel real. The sincerity and the heart works towards the characters feeling real.
Yeah,
do you think that works?
Yeah, because you could actually remove all that and it would still be this like story about this guy doing something. And like that could be like, different shoes trying like that could be like an episode of Columbo where Columbo's the guy. And then he's not burnt out. He's just Columbo. And at the end he doesn't change. He's just Columbo. So you don't have that. But like the way they did it for this book was perfect. It worked really well to hit both those things or whatever. But
yeah, I like that, Irene. That's a good way to look at it. My favorite like stories that have impactful heart moments are usually never happy. How they end,
sure.
more poignant, tragic, but filled with heart.
Yeah.
Those are super impactful.
Yeah, same.
There is. I'm trying to think. Like, there is a story can do something where it's like the out of nowhere victory against all odds. That is amazing when that happens. I try there like so. There's a movie called Breaking Away. It's a bike racing movie from the 70s. That's kind of famous. And there's a really awesome bike race at the end of that movie, and they build up the stakes so intense. And at the end, like he wins the race, and it's so intense, and you just want to jump up and fucking pump your fist, and like so that's like you can do positive, but I think I kind of agree. Negative was if you think of it, you think more of those kind of things.
Well, the heavy-hearted moments that allow you to recontextualize everything you've seen up to the point and see it in a new light is really impactful.
Yep. Perfect. Yeah. Well, I'll start going into the examples because we're kind of like edging at them now. So I have 4 examples, and I think these might cover the bases of. I think those examples we've talked about. Then it's like it's some kind of sacrifice or an apology or a reframe. And Phil, the one you mentioned there, it's kind of ties into this first one. So I called it "Things Were Cool All Along," or "You Were Always There for Me." So a situation where a character agonized over, no parents, no dog, person was always mean to them, is revealed to have always been cool, have a hidden pain, or have accepted the role as a sacrifice. So it's like you have a story where a character is pissed off about some kind of relationship deficit, and they're kind of acting out. And then there will be some tipping point or emotional realization where that all gets reframed and they've kind of been a fool all along. And everyone is like, we did it for this reason. Oh, we're so sorry. Do you guys get what I'm talking about?
Wait, I missed it. Who says sorry in that case? The character or the people?
Okay. So it's like everyone says sorry to each other, essentially. So
like there was kind of a miscommunication, or like once they identify the problem, then they can just
So you have these characters that have a relationship deficit. People are pissed off at each other, and it creates some of the problems. But then everyone realizes they were kind of wrong, or that things were fine all along. Okay, the one example I have, we can use like Leela's parents from Futurama. She in that episode, she's like chasing after these aliens that she think killed her parents, but then she realizes they were her parents, and so it turns out they were looking, even though she thought she had no one looking after her, they were actually looking after her the whole time in the background.
Yeah.
And like I have
great.
I actually have the clip because I thought I'd actually bring clips this time, and it's annoying that we can't have to keep switching.
I like clips.
Yeah, you're a fan of clips?
Yeah, I think clips is going to be a new thing in 2026.
Lots of clips.
Clips sounds like a character's name.
You should make a character called Clips.
Thinking of Clamps from Futurama.
Clips and Clamps. Oh yeah, Clamps is already taken.
So yeah, in Futurama, like these are the two aliens that Leela thinks killed her parents.
I bet you sick mutants killed them. My parents were confused aliens lost on Earth, and you killed them. Is that it? Admit it.
Yes, we killed them.
You guessed the truth.
You're like, this is cool because they are her parents, but they're like they're sacrificing their relationship with her to give her a better life. This whole thing is they don't want her to know that she's a mutant because they think it'll ruin her life. It's like, oh, you're so much better than us, kind of thing.
Right.
And like they're about to make this sacrifice. Like she's gonna kill them.
Because of you, I'll never know my parents. I'll kill you. That would be best.
Anyway, Fry comes in, saves the day. Now, look, everyone knows we've already talked about this quite a bit in the past. The actual emotional bit of this story, it isn't the exposition part where this gets realized. It's the later implication part. Like, oh, they hug and everyone makes up and it's a nice thing and the music swells up. But then this is the actual ending to the story that makes it super heartful. And Phil, it's that kind of reframe of the whole of a life with music that feels good. So
definitely. Leela.
Little Leela.
When I see you alone, I see what's in your mind. You want me, yes you do. You don't need to tell me. I know you love me close.
Yeah, you know what's funny is if you like start the story with this, it's stupid. Nobody gives.
Yep. Yep. It's you're suddenly realizing, oh, it was cool all along for her, but she didn't realize it.
It's the same thing with Seymour, right?
Yep. Well, man, the Seymour thing is like extra. It's like a different level.
Forever and ever. We are baby last child. I take you so creepy last child. Give me
Man, every time I see this clip, it makes me cry.
Oh my god, you're so cool.
But
yeah, that was a really good episode. Oh.
But yeah, all of the stuff before this is when people would mention like, oh, the sacrifice, the realization, like that's the heart. No, the heart is kind of this implication that's created by it's not being said directly to you, but you're getting like a whole new timeline whipping up into your head as you watch just this sequence.
Oh, true. Okay, so with heart, you absolutely have to show, don't tell. I think so. In Interstellar, people are saying there's almost too much heart. I think it's almost entirely because of one fucking line that was way too on the nose. The whole line of love is the one thing that transcends space time or what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
Is it?
That line
That was weird. Yeah. Why was that?
That was
even
weird.
Yeah.
I love stories with heart, and I love the father-daughter relationship and everything. That line almost ruined it entirely for me. And it's because they were just telling you instead of showing. That didn't need to be said. So what Futurama did there was great because they were showing it. If there was a voiceover over that clip of, yeah, they were always there for me. They were giving me gifts and keeping me from falling all along. That would have ruined it, right?
Uh-huh.
They were just showing you the reality of the character, making the character feel real, and that's all you need to do.
Okay, Phil, seeing as you mentioned Jurassic Park, I'll bring it up because like
What?
it's huh?
I didn't mention Jurassic Park.
No, Bach.
Jurassic Park.
Fry's dog thing. So yeah, so the way that Fry's dog is different is it's because it's so fucking sad. Not because of like, oh, everything was fine all along, but it's like ships crossing in the night. Let's actually, I might have it as one of the examples. Yeah, you know what? I'll mention it at the end. I won't mention it now. Okay, so then the second one, the second example, the second category, I've got it as the ultimate forgiveness. So yeah, this is I already gave you my kidney last week. The reveal of a hidden decision a character who was judged. What the fuck did I write? The character realized they were wrong and already tried to put it up with a.
This is like when Fry gets the devil's hands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's an example, right? My dad is dead. And like it's gonna be a lonely Christmas. And you're like, they were never a good father to me. And then you kind of like go through their old things, and it turns out like they died because they donated an organ to you when you were like younger that was like a mystery donor, and like you had hated them the whole time because of this perceived slight, and you're like, why are you still not around? You got to make this right. And then it's like, no, they gave their life for you, but you didn't realize it.
Yeah, no, that's a good example.
No, my dad isn't dead. It was an example.
And now you're just a piece of shit.
My dad is
grateful.
This is probably, it's not the exact same example, but maybe it's similar. So the example that you mentioned made me think of Snape in Harry Potter, where everybody thought he was a bad guy all along, but it's like, oh, it turns out he was just a little weird, but he was always on the good side. It's just a bit of a weird guy who hated Harry's dad because Harry's dad was a dick, but you know, Snape was good, and he sacrificed himself in the end.
Because he was the ultimate simp, right?
Kind of.
Who is Snape simping for?
Harry's mom.
Harry's mom.
Harry's dad bullied Snape, but Snape loved Harry's mom. Imagine how difficult that must be. So of course he's going to be weird to Harry, but he was always on the good side.
He was the cuck.
He was never evil.
The ultimate cuck.
I think I missed that one.
I did not know about that aspect of it. I know that he turned out to be a good guy, but not because he was a simp for Harry's mom.
Yeah, I don't know how much
who read the book.
Yes, you like, and who else?
Because his mom would have been dead at that point for a super long time. So,
yeah, but he was still hung up on Lily. He really liked his mom.
Yeah,
they went to school together or something.
Yeah, they all went to school together, so it wasn't like he was retroactively simping for a dead woman. They all knew each other when they were young.
So yeah, okay. Just to go over the examples, the first example, like the Lila's parents thing, that's the kind of reframe where like I was pissed off about a certain discrepancy, but turns out this was done for a reason and I was wrong, and the truth is actually very sentimental, and like you can get a real good heart moment from that. The second one is like the bad guy was good all along. It's a different kind of reframe. Okay, so this next one is so to get these hot moments, like sacrificing is a big thing, but like apologizing too, just the general idea of apologizing, but in a not in like a I'm sorry, just saying it way, but like physically doing, like making a sacrifice to apologize. So I have an example. The latest King of the Hill season, I think only me and Pat watched it.
No, my brother watched it.
You're not your brother, Phil.
I know, there's more than just you two.
Oh, well, okay. So it's me, you, and Brandon, Pat. Pat, is there one? I'm kind of gonna make a gamble that the example I have might be the only episode from that season you remember, Pat.
Now I'm like, I can't remember any of them. But
you can't remember a single one.
Oh, is it? There's some with Bobby that were pretty good, where he's a cook. Cooks for Hank, maybe that one. That's the first one that came to my mind.
Okay, well, one more go.
I don't know. What about with Connie? Is there one with Connie that's pretty good?
Okay,
Bobby?
well, I've royally
You're
fucked up.
naming characters.
No, okay. There's one episode where Bobby and Hank were gonna enter a beer contest together.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
That's
okay,
a good one. Yeah,
there we go. Like it was I would say it's the only good one really of that season.
yeah.
Because
That's the most classic for sure of all of them, probably.
Because it's the only one that seems to nail the hot moment, which is why I think it's the most memorable one. Okay, so just to fill everyone in, this is the sacrificial apology. They both enter a contest to make a beer together. They have different opinions on what would make the best beer, so then they enter separate beers.
So then they're competing against each other.
So then suddenly competing against each other. And like the hot is like the realization that like, oh, I was wrong all along kind of thing. So that the beers eventually get judged and that the judge is like, what's the story of your beer? And Hank's like, Bobby was talking about the beer having to have a story. And Hank was like, you're full of shit. You don't have to do that. It's just beer, okay? So then he has to kind of make up a story.
Okay. Well, tradition, freshly cut lawns, respect for your elders, the roar of a crowd after a touchdown. These are the stories of Texas.
See, it's funny because this is the fake hot example. This is like, oh, it's just the warm things, right?
Yeah.
You're not buying that?
Nope.
You're not moved, huh?
Oh, the manipulative music coming in.
It's coming up.
Look, actually, the real story of this beer is that it just started out as a hobby to fill time and to marry my two loves, propane and beer. But the sad part is it could have been time spent doing something fun with my son, and I didn't give it a chance. See, he knows more about certain things than I give him credit for, but I was too proud to listen. That's this beer's story, and it ends with me pulling it out of the contest.
He pulls out of the competition. He makes the sacrifice, the apology. He apologizes by sacrificing, but then, guys, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe what happens. He goes to Judge Bobby's beer.
Okay, tell me the story of Wasana-sang Ale.
Are you kidding me? Well, the story of my beer
Music coming back in, Pat.
is the same as his beer.
You can't have the same story. You have a different beer.
Different beer, but the hops fell out of the same tree.
He's an idiot too!
And guess what? My story has the same ending.
Well,
he pulls out also.
What?
He pulls out also. Why is it not in there? Why? Yes, he also pulls out of the competition, so they both make the same sacrifice. It was like the only good.
Nice.
It was the only good episode of that season. But
I thought you guys liked it.
Yeah,
Everyone's like, "New King of the Hill!" Oh my god!
It didn't suck too much.
Yeah, I think I liked it. I can't remember it, but that happens a lot.
That's not good then.
That's what I mean. If you don't get hot right, it just is not memorable. That's like the only episode I remember from that season.
But
because
but of Futurama, it's like, yeah, they have those real super heart episodes. Those are the ones everyone remembers. But that's like 10%, and the other 90% are still really good, and they can even be more funny. Some of those, but yeah, they're like less memorable, I guess.
Mm-hmm. They're hot.
But yeah, like Irene said though, when it makes the characters feel real and combined with the like, hey, you can forgive the rough edges. You can have the episodes that don't have hot in them. And if you have those really strong hot moments, like once every now and then, like you win real characters for the rest of it. They can do a bunch of cartoony stuff, but like you'll still remember them as super real. later on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, last of these 4 examples is the Fry's dog. Seeing as Phil mentioned it, I just went and wrote it and added this in.
Oh boy!
You added it live?
Well, yeah, totally.
I don't know. I could see on this one almost having a bullshit reaction, even though it does make you get a lump in your throat. But it's like bullshit.
So we've had like someone was wrong about something and then they reconcile. We've had like a sacrificial apology. Now, the thing about the Fry's dog thing, what makes it a good hot moment is it's just absolute tragedy. There is no happy ending at all. It's sheer tragedy. So I can.
But didn't they retcon it correctly?
Yeah, no, they retconned it shitly.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it was retconned. Like I know they
what
ruined
was
it.
The retcon was that the dog was picked up. Should I spoil it? He went.
No, well, we can talk about it.
Okay,
After.
all right, I won't spoil it.
So in this clip, they're about to resurrect Fry's dog.
Very well. Let this abomination unto the Lord begin.
Frankenstein.
It seems Seymour died at the ripe old age of 15.
15? You mean he lived for 12 more years after I got frozen?
Indeed.
Stop the cloning.
Oh.
Sacrifice.
So it's so layered. The reason it's not just one thing with Fry's dog, it's so layered. Fry right now doesn't want to bring him back, Seymour back, because he's like, he was happy without me. Right. So Fry right now is sacrificing his happiness that he like pined for the whole story for the sake of the dog, right? So
sure. Smash the smart guy's machine.
Fry, what's wrong? Think about it. Seymour lived a full life after I was gone. He probably even added new songs to his repertoire.
But that's a good thing. Walking on sunshine sucks noodles.
I had Seymour until he was 3. That's when I knew him, and that's when I loved him. I'll never forget him. But he forgot.
I don't want to watch this again. Turn it off.
Why?
This is really sad.
Well, okay, wait. So but this is already effective enough. This would be an okay ending to a story. But then they just flip it the whole of the way.
They make it worse.
Fry never finds out, does he?
He later on in the series he does, but right now no.
Right.
And you're like, okay, I guess I'll get to see the happy ending. I'll get to see him.
Yeah.
Oh, brutal! Oh!
Crash.
Puppy. Poor puppy. Totally forgot about you, Fry. Definitely. That's what dogs are known for doing.
Yeah, forgetting
not
about
being
people.
loyal, not loving their owners.
Oh! And he fucking dies.
But yeah, they retconned it, but I didn't remember it was bad. It was just that Fry was kind of reunited with the dog in a way that I don't want to mention.
It wasn't a tragedy in the end. But
it wasn't a tragedy.
The thing is, the tragedy is like the most cutting version of hot. Like it's futile. There's an Eric. It's not gonna. Even when you give something the viewer only knows. Anyway, what did I write? An unrewarded sacrifice of the past is discovered many years later, sometimes only by the viewer, but is irreconcilable. The hopeless futility of recompense adds the biggest sting of all. Yeah, just the tragedy of it. So yeah, you have apologies, the tragedies, the sacrifice. Like, I think these are all like big categories for creating hot moments.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, I do have a quick fire list of just the trope style ones to see what you guys think of them.
Let's go.
Okay, so You can probably just sprinkle these in and like you have the go on without me. It's the military guy who's like dying or they're in a trap and they're like, go on without me. That's a form of sacrifice.
Yep.
It's funny that does come up a lot now that you mention it.
Uh-huh. There's the I'm sorry I couldn't save you. It's like looking back at an old photo of someone that died and go on.
You know, something is for these to kind of work is we've talked about the contrast is like you kind of have to have the characters have flaws, and a lot of this is they're dicks a little bit, and then they do one nice thing, and the audience that'll make it slap.
Yep.
That makes you feel it. And even like this trope, because I was thinking of Aliens as like the famous one where it's like the coward jerk guy who's like, game over, man. What's that actor's name? Game over. But then he has a moment of pretty good dope heroism and bravery before he dies. And you're like, oh, he wasn't so bad. And that's like straight up heart for reals, like work.
Well, that plays with the audience because if you can get the audience to judge a character and think they're selfish, and then you realize they made a sacrifice in the past, then you're like, fuck, man, you got me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the message never sent is like, you my dad died and he was never cool or nothing, and then you like find a letter that he never sent to you, and it was like, I'm sorry we never connected. I just thought you were like totally lame.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel
like
they did something like that in Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events.
Oh yeah,
where they didn't know their parents died and were supposed to leave them the money, but you know their uncle tries to swindle them out of millions and stuff.
And they didn't think their parents left them nothing.
Yeah,
it's in a way, you know. You guys all love Free Reign. You can imagine if
I hate Free Reign so much.
Well, if Free Reign eventually found like an old letter from the guy who liked her, saying like, "I always loved you. I don't know if this letter
would be too on the nose." The thing about why Free Reign is good. Listen.
There's a guy that likes Free Run. I couldn't imagine.
Shut up, Phil. So the story premise is that so Free Reign is a super long-lived elf who's cold and detached from humans because she doesn't see the point in forming relationships because they die so quickly. But there's a human guy in her old adventuring party who loved her, but he knew that she wasn't ready for that connection. So they adventured together for 10 years. And then they split, and then, you know, everybody on the team like slowly dies, and Free Reign's the only one that's left over. And then the story of the anime is about her looking back in time while forming a new adventuring party and realizing that and regretting all the connections that she missed with that guy and all the other people on her team because she was so detached. And there is this in the story. So Himmel is the dude's name who is into Free Reign. There is no letter that's like, I love you all along. That would be too on the nose. But it's seen throughout the story. It's shown. He gives her this ring, and then at another point in the story, it's revealed that the ring that she chose had a design on it that meant eternal love and stuff like that. So romantic. But he did this thing where he would go around building statues of himself, and in the anime the joke is that of course you're so vain and you love how you look, but his actual purpose for building statues in every town that they saved was so Free Reign, after he died, would always have him by her side. Every town that she went to, there would be a statue of him so she could remember him.
Sold.
Still sold.
Yeah. So he just wants to haunt her and make her feel bad.
That way, if you want to put it that way. Or it could be so romantic.
Well, the thing is, there is a fine line between like romance and creepy stalker shit. And like,
yes,
for any 15-year-old boy, it is such a hard line to figure out what the fuck. And
I understand. Oh,
some
more
people
than
don't figure it out.
15-year-old.
Some
Guys
people-
don't figure it out until much later.
Well, it's also dependent if the girl is attracted to you or not.
It really isn't. I know that maybe for some people it is, but it's really not that. I think it works in Freerun like what that guy did because it wasn't imposed on her. It was always he would do things not expecting any return, and he put these statues and he gave her just small gifts and small hints, but it was always up to her to figure it out. Even if I'm dead, I'll let you grow in your own time. And that's why it came across as romantic instead of creepy. Even though it is funny that he has statues everywhere.
See, I think what the ultimate romantic stuff would have been with that Himmel thing is like he was into her, but he didn't want to ruin things for the group, so he never ever confessed. But then, like, see, where it would have played in perfectly with her autism is if the truth had been, oh yeah, that would have been fun. I mean, if he'd said anything, I guess we could have hung out. But he's like, I will endure this for the sake of the world. And she's like, yeah, that would have been no big deal. Like
that would be how you ruin Freerun.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I have friends that watch that show. And I'm just like,
you're still friends with them, Phil?
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that you would still be friends with people who watch a show you despise that you haven't seen at all.
It sounds pretty good. It
And
sounds
they're
definitely like it has a lot of heart, which is
It
good.
does.
It tries to.
Sounds like yeah, they like designed it to because that's kind of what it's all about.
The heart is
Yeah.
just constantly different forms of tragedy.
It's a very melancholic show, but like the thing for people like Phil, rest assured that there are really cool fight scenes. It's actually there are some really badass scenes there too, so don't worry.
It's the specific type of hot in Freerun, which is why I think people like it. It's not because of the plot. Because nothing really fucking happens with the plot.
It suits it. The plot is very slow. It's not nothing happens. It's very slow, but yeah, it's kind of like Mushishi. And Mushishi definitely isn't for everybody, but it's this slow-paced. Oh my gosh! Of course, you don't know what it is. It's this slow-paced, marinating in the moment, and the conflict is small, but it's also more on like the small. The story focuses on the small human level struggles. It's not like this big world-changing thing, but I think it's really good.
That's the hot human level struggles.
I would say Mushishi's interesting because it's not ever melodramatic. It's not people crying. It's actually very muted when characters express themselves, but the story still works because it's like when you present a story, you need to form this pact with the viewer. So you can say this story, the level of care, the level that the conflict will be is, oh, in small family level dynamic conflict. Or it could be, this is, the world is ending. And you kind of have to, as long as you meet that and keep the tone within that promise, the promise level of conflict, it's still fulfilling, I think. Because I thought of this a lot. Not every story needs to end up being this world-changing giant Marvel movie battle. It could be something much smaller, but as long as it feels real, it still works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on.
Sure.
I'm queuing up another clip.
Did you guys see they're doing a live action version of that show with the manga with the fat library owner with the glasses who's actually like a secret ninja?
What
the heck are you talking about?
That sounds fun.
It's really popular, yeah. And there's like a family in it. It's not Spy Family.
Spy Family?
No, it's not Spy Family, but it's that fat guy who wears an apron, has a ponytail, and the big round.
Oh, the Sakamoto Nights or whatever.
No.
And did you guys see the skit that was like the fake a Hollywood producer, and he's like, we've been doing endless research on audience, evals for reactions to our stories, And we found that if we give the big rock a little rock to hang out with, then the audience cares more about what happens to him. Have you guys seen that?
Yes.
Oh, you needed a test audience to learn that. Wow.
Yeah.
The retards.
Yeah, if the rugged rock has like a smoother rock with eyelashes painted on it, and that rock gets crushed in a rock crushing accident, then we feel for him.
Have you seen it, or are you just saying that?
No, I
Okay.
have seen it. That isn't in it. I just added to it. But
Okay,
no,
okay.
I have seen the.
Because I was thinking about looking for it, but we don't need to look.
Rock
Down Goes Solo has a really good comment. It doesn't need to change the world. It needs to change the character's world. Bingo.
Yep,
That's
yep.
Art.
There we go.
My main takeaway is just make your characters dicks so you can have them do one nice thing later on, and everyone's gonna love it.
No,
Oh,
for real.
Yeah. It
Hey,
works.
look. The next one is tough guy finally smiles. Like he doesn't even have to do anything cool.
Yes.
It's the hardened trainer that is like, you know what? You guys are kind of cool. You're like, cracks a smile finally, and he's the hardened trainer.
Yeah.
That's Hohenheim from FMA, where it's like the whole story. Everybody thinks he's a deadbeat dad, but he basically abandoned his family because he ran off to try and find a way to save them. And he's very stoic, never smiles, but it's none of what he did was because he didn't care about his family. It was just interpreted that way.
I have a much more basic example from Smiling
Great.
Friends. So this clip is like fucked up and the voices are weird because the clip doesn't survive on YouTube, but this is a hardened building inspector, and these guys have been stressed that like he's gonna condemn the building, and the building ended up rolling down the street and it was a big disaster. And the whole time he's been very you can see his whole design is very like crotchety.
Oh, God.
But it does the tough guy finally smiles thing, and everyone loves this moment. This is a moment that gets shared around a lot.
So how did I do? I'm gonna lose the building, aren't I?
You aced it.
Really?
Yeah, you guys made me laugh. That was
Wow, so my building is perfectly safe?
Fuck no, it's the worst building I've seen in my entire life, and you failed miserably. But that skeleton in the wall was funny shit.
That's awesome.
Oh, that was good.
And it's all it is. It's just it has their personality in the tough guy finally smiles bit, and everyone discusses it. It makes the show feel a little real. But yeah, I love that bit. There's okay, quick fire list. Fulfilling the elder's death wish. Like, a guy was doing a whole thing, then it's revealed that it was his like dying grandpa that said, "You must avenge me."
You mean dying wish?
Yes, death wish.
Death
yeah,
wish
it's
means
dying
going
wish.
to die.
Please, here's my dying wish that you kill me. Like, that's the reason. That's the reason a guy gets like done for murder, and it's like what? It end. Columbo is like, you murdered him because he asked you to do it, didn't he? It was his dying wish. It's like, yeah,
That isn't a bad Columbo. Nice job.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's good
He's
stuff.
like, yeah, but he also told me never to tell anyone. So I'm like, okay, we're going to jail for it. And he's like, well, you seem safe with me. He just walks out and lets him go to jail.
He gets arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Boromir?
Oh yeah, he's like, you would be always my king.
Yeah,
that's awesome. You know, I don't remember that landing when I was a kid, and then I just saw the Twitter clip.
Yeah,
and it hit hard.
It's all about the
When
edit.
I was a kid, nothing about Lord of the Rings hit, and then I watched it again at like 20-something. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
It's like your brain needs to develop first.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
He
a
can do one
similar-
nice thing and people will love him.
Yeah, no, it really is. Like Vikings did something similar where the characters are like murdering and pillaging, but there's Ragnar was really nice to kids and he would protect kids when the other Vikings didn't when they were raiding. So everybody loved him and the audience loved him just because he just one redeemable thing is all you need. The Dying Wish thing reminds me of Ned Stark in Song of Ice and Fire, aka Game of Thrones, where it's like, oh, nobody knows who Jon is, his supposed bastard son's real parentage is, but it's clearly because Ned made an oath to never reveal Jon's real parentage, and it was probably because, well, it's basically proven now, Jon was his sister's child resulting from a very contentious relationship. So Ned let his wife hate him forever for bringing in a bastard, let everybody think he cheated on his wife just to protect his sister and fulfill her dying wish. So yeah.
Oh,
I
like that. That's Boromir for you.
There you go. That's Boromir.
Okay, quick fire list. Keeping the forgotten childhood promise. That's like I don't know, the people meeting up every year and then actually doing, I don't know, the someone does something and then like, why did you do this? And it's like when you flashback to when they were like 2 8-year-old kids and they made like, one day I'm gonna bring you the biggest balloon in the world, and then it's 30 years later and like this woman is like has this massive balloon in her house.
Well, you can make that just so sad if the other person just completely doesn't remember, and no matter how you remind them, they don't remember.
I have Alzheimer's now.
So sad.
And then what is his name? The 8 Crazy Nights person.
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler is like, well, I'm gonna bring you the biggest balloon in the world every single day for the rest of your life.
Right.
Because you have Alzheimer's.
Dude, 50 First Dates.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
There's a funny balance because that stuff all works. And yeah, just talking about it makes me want to react against it. Maybe I'm the millennial. I don't think some of that Adam Sandler stuff, I don't think that counts as being, what were we calling it? Earnest or whatever?
Oh, okay.
Sincere. What were we calling it? Not
Sincerity,
earnest.
I think it was.
Sincere. Yeah. It's kind of not sincere. It is, well, yeah, it is like manipulative and it works. And so you're like, okay, so we're going to do it because it works. And you're like, yeah, but maybe I just don't want to fucking do it. Did you ever think about that? I don't know.
It's slowly coming out. I'm looking forward to the why it all is stupid and sucks arguments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Silent apology through action. We kind of got that. That was like Hank pulling out of the competition. The last picture together, just literally just holding the photo, and it's like, this was me with my mom, and it was a week before she died. Returning too late from war, the soldier comes back and he's like, I thought you were dead. No, I just didn't think I'd message you. I thought I'd be making a surprise. And then another guy is in the room.
Oh no. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's, I guess that's I don't know if that's art. That's drama though.
Well, okay.
In Rome, where what was his name? Gaius? He was away, and then his wife had a bastard child that she played off as their daughter's child. It was fucked up.
Who?
But you could come back from being away for a bit to visit someone, and it's like, oh yeah, they actually passed. They're not here anymore. And they're like, oh, I traveled all this way to see them, and this was the day I said I'd come, and I guess they just didn't stay alive long enough. Jeez.
Aww.
Okay. Another dead empty seat at the table. Classic hot trope. That was grandma's seat and we keep it open for her. These are just the very tropey quick fire list.
Yeah, I like these. The returning too late from war, I think that's the first scene in Rambo. You guys know what I'm talking about?
First Blood?
Yeah. The first scene is he goes to see an old friend who is dead now, or he finds out because he
finds out he's dead.
Oh, really?
And then he walks. That's kind of why he's in the area. So he's walking through the town, and then all this shit happens. I saw a kind of cool YouTube video on that. They said that the script was 200 pages, and the movie initial cut was 3 hours, and there was a bunch of tell don't show, and Rambo actually fucking talked all the time. And they ended up cutting out every Rambo line except they do first blood. They do first blood.
Do you think they always intended to keep it all in, but then he read one line and they're like, "This isn't gonna work," and so they just cut them because of that?
I don't know. Yeah, because I feel like
accidentally got a good film.
Did he write Rambo? Because it's after
he wrote it.
Yeah, he wrote it. So he didn't direct it, but he was like had a lot. That was after Rocky, so he had a lot of sway. But
hey, what do you like this script? Look, I do a lot of talking.
he's like, hey guys, it turns out my writing ain't as good as I initially thought because of Rocky. I don't know what we're gonna do because we already shot the whole movie. I was thinking maybe we could cut all my characters' lines.
Yeah. Let's cut it out. We just cut around it. You know, it'd be cool. Don't worry, it's gonna be a great film.
Yeah.
Tarantino directed it.
Rambo was a book, says Murami.
Yeah, it's based on a book.
Yeah.
The one it's different to all of these, but the one at the very end is the dopey character got their weird happy ending. So like, imagine you have a film and it's like a Forrest Gump style thing, and he's like, I always wish I could live inside a giant banana split, and like loads of bad shit happens to him. But then at the end, he lives in like a giant fiberglass banana, like it's a repurposed ice cream shop that used to be a banana. And like, despite all the shit, he's like super happy about it. And it's like, to us, it's a stupid ending, but there's something about the dumb character getting the silly thing they want and they're happy about it. You're like,
everyone would have loved that if that happened.
To live in a giant banana.
I'm saying if that's how the movie ended, everyone would have loved that movie.
Oh, if Forrest Gump itself had ended in that way.
Never go full retard.
How
What if
did
they made Forrest Gump, but he's actually full retard?
He is.
How did it end?
Yeah, did he die of AIDS?
No.
It ended with him waiting for his son. He was like, his son went on the school bus. And then he was like, okay, I'll be here for you when you come back. And then he literally just sits at the bus stop all day waiting for his son to come back from school.
He's a millionaire. She died of AIDS, but somehow the state allowed him to raise a child on his own.
We found another movie that Irene inexplicably knows everything about.
She knows everything.
No, when I have actually seen something, I generally remember it.
Forrest Gump had a lot of heart. It did.
Yeah.
But it vexes me.
Because of the heart, you think?
Like the movie was shit.
Like, why are people happy about this situation? He should be miserable and hateful and hate the world.
I mean, Jenny fucked him over so badly. Literally. I'm just glad he was a millionaire. And he got to live a happy life with his kid. Though I question the custody decisions, but whatever.
The state let me keep you. And his like kid can't even read and write. Like,
I see Jim Alaska in the chat. What's up, Jim? How's it going?
Yo.
Hello. Jenny was the villain of the story. Listen, after seeing some of the shit that CPS does, I mean, if you follow true crime, that's not surprising at all. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
He just don't talk good, make weird decision. We don't know if he's fully retarded.
Well, he's rich though.
Yeah, if you're rich, you're allowed as many kids as you want.
I bet that balanced it out.
Okay, the perfect heart attack. This is like, I guess, what I wrote to think of like how to make it work. Has to be a payoff, tease him, then please him. Distraction, then realization. Oh, that's the whole like this situation has sucked, and then it gets reframed and like, no, it was good all along. But the breadcrumbs were there. Like you have to kind of like put the hints all the way through, so it doesn't feel like a rug pull twist. Create an impactful contrast, a twist of instant matrix reframe. Sure, okay, that's just me re-saying stuff. Now, how you can fuck it up? The fucking it up thing is just the telling and not showing, or if you inflate something that the writer seems to want you to believe is important but isn't. So like You know that whole thing in that Batman Superman movie where they say like, your mom was called Martha, my mom was called Martha, right? And that's presented as like a massive emotional heart realization. The audience does not give a fuck.
It didn't land.
Yeah, I hated that. Yeah. That, you know what's funny is that'll still piss off people on Twitter if you get involved in that debate of like the Snyder Bros or whatever.
Yeah. People defend that Martha shit.
Yeah, if you mention that, they're like, you've never even seen the movie, you have no idea what you're talking about.
But see, that example is like the characters feeling that something is important, not the audience feeling something is important. So like, let's say I'm doing all of this for my dead relative, like a character says, and then you're like, you never met them. As the viewer, you never met that character that died. You don't care about them. The character cares about them. You as the viewer don't care about them. And so it almost becomes annoying, especially if the character brings it up over and over again.
Yeah, there is a certain tact to doing that because I did something similar in Fiendish. It's a standard fantasy backstory. Character had their whole family killed by demons, but if I had Casimir bring that up all the time, then that would seem shallow because the reader didn't get to spend a lot of time with the family. So I think it needs to be a normal human understanding of, oh yes, this is a motivating factor about why he wants to hunt the demons, but you can't beat a dead horse about it. That's not the right way to say it, but whatever. You can't force people to care about characters they've never met. At that point, it's a logical understanding of motivation, not an emotional understanding. So you can't force the emotion. That's what I mean.
But you could totally get a cool hot moment with a character you've never met, but you do it through hinting. So like, say you have a character that's on his own all the time, and like he's hanging out with people and they have like relationships and wives and stuff and families, and then like someone goes like, wait a minute, do you not have a wife? Like okay, they're all having a Thanksgiving or a Christmas, and then like he just shows up at the door and he's like, hey, and everyone starts to realize, is his entire family like dead or something? You give them
the contrast of, oh, this is what a happy life is, but then wait a minute, they don't seem to have that.
Yeah.
That's
Like
really
you okay, here's one way of doing it. You have a movie about this happy guy that everyone in the community loves, and then it becomes Christmas time and everyone is like doing their thing, and then one of the people from one of the families is like, oh, I need to go out and get this, we forgot the cranberry sauce. And then they like go and get the cranberry sauce, and they're like waiting in a car at a traffic light, and then they look across, and like sitting alone in the diner is like the guy that everyone loved, who said he was going away for Christmas, like to see family. Like, oh, I'm going away for Christmas. Like, okay, we'll see you back next year. But then whilst waiting in a stoplight, this person who went out to get cranberry sauce just sees them alone in a diner.
You're
Right,
natural.
that,
Yeah, that's very
right?
good.
He's a big liar. He's a big fat liar.
He's a fucking loser. He could have just he could have been joined everyone in if he didn't lie about his having a dead family.
What's he hiding?
Does that actually happen in that?
It's you just described the Grinch.
So I think moments you brought up a good point. The show don't tell, right? So with a
hopefully not solo.
So if your character is grieving a loss that the reader hasn't seen, the way to make the reader care is not by having the character mention it over and over again. It's by showing the effects of that loss. And it's better if the character, who's affected by this doesn't wax poetic and doesn't really say it because that's realistic. They try to keep it to themselves. They try to live their lives like a normal person, which is what people do. But these little things are disrupted because of the loss, and they're quietly suffering through it. And if you show that, that evokes more sympathy in the viewer.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's the presentation. That was my little stab at trying to do hot. Patty, you
so
feel
just kill characters so people remember your story.
Just kill characters and have them cry about it. There you go. Your stories will be 10 times better because of that.
So,
Yeah.
well, do you, Pat, have you been given sprinkles of things that might grow into stuff in your own stories, or are you even more resistant to the hot? We want to hear your anti-hot diatribe.
Well, I kind of peppered that in as we were going, and I'm still like, I kind of like it a little. I like it okay, but I don't know. And I feel like I do try to put a little heart in, but I kind of try to not do the schmaltz, I guess. But that's kind of what everyone would probably agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the fake, where you're just telling the emotion instead of making them feel it.
Yeah,
if it's
forcing it.
If it's like kind of more into the psychology of the character, you can get a lot of good human kind of things happening.
For sure.
And then what is it? The one thing as far as the show don't tell, there's a kind of a trope people will do sometimes is it's like a form of like storytelling scaredy catness where they're kind of scared of like maybe emotions or a moment or something. So a lot of times they cut it from the story and they'll imply that it happened. And then that is part of the story, is that it was just the implication. But a lot of times it's good to actually show that if you have that. And I'm trying to think of an example, but even if it is just like, sometimes if it's like something really bad, like someone really sad, you're like, well, what do we even do? It's like hard to get an actor. Are they going to just scream into the sky? Like, no.
Right.
So you're like, well, we don't even know what to do. Obviously they're sad. So we're going to have them like kneel down, kind of start to cry. Then we're going to cut away. You know what I mean? Something like that. But
yeah. You just have them like, it's a far away shot of them in an empty room, which is where like that the house he's had to move out of because the family broke up, and he's like has his back to the camera, is sitting on a bed, and he's slumped, and you just hear like a quiet cry.
Yeah. And that's like, that can work too, but it's kind of fun. I think like if you do find yourself in a situation where you're like, oh, this is like a pretty emotional moment, you can actually try and like play it up more and not cut away. I think that's what manga does. As we're talking about this, I'm like, that's a little bit difference between manga and American comic books.
Yeah, manga tends to be very warm.
Yeah, to their benefit for sure. And they don't feel too, I think they are like, I read the manga about making manga. Is it Bakuman?
Bakuman, yeah.
Oh, you read it?
Yeah. Back in the day.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I like how heartless they are about being manipulative to the audience. That's what I kind of remember that. I don't know. And because their goal is to like, it is to manipulate the audience. That's what they want to do. And they don't even think about it as a negative. They aren't even like, should we or shouldn't we? They're just like,
I don't see
how
it
do
as
we
a
do it?
negative
How do we
either.
do it? Yeah.
No, I do remember that. They're like, well, this is just our job, but hey, if the audience is entertained, why we're not lying about it. This is manipulation, but you're still entertained, aren't you?
Yeah.
Someone in chat earlier asked about if heart works better in different mediums. So I think that you can be there. You go. Perfect. Yeah. So I think that you can be more over the top in animation and in comics, and you can be more exaggerated. But in live action film, the same expression in animation would seem like fake and over the top in live action. So you have to turn it down or make the whole movie super stylized. Because it's like the drawings themselves, the fact that it's illustrated and drawn in animation and comics it separates it from reality a bit, so you're allowed to not feel like it's too over the top, and it's like a heightened reality to begin with, so it doesn't feel unbelievable.
Yeah.
Plus you got music. I mean, doing it in comics.
It's an extra layer for sure.
Yeah, and in comics, I think it can be even more over the top, and I think that's why manga is so over the top and exaggerated, because it's like you're compensating for no music and no sound.
Yeah.
One last thing is just another clip, and it's a small argument for just having, not even trying to be clever about it. You just have a heartful moment of characters being happy. This is another Smiling Friends episode, and like people love this one too, because people use this as a clip for like why Smiling Friends is better than Rick and Morty, with Rick and Morty being like pessimistic and Smiling Friends just being optimistic. They just went through some emotional story.
I like that he's got a little cross. That's fun.
Yeah, Charlie is a Catholic. They tried to help this snowman that they brought to life has been melting, and then they call the story is concluded, and I think he's fine. For some time they like shoved him in a freezer, and he just lived in the freezer forever, and he's like, this isn't really living, I need to get out and live. And then they take him to the beach. But like, yeah, this is just having fun at the end in a hot moment where it's not even trying to be clever, it's just saying the lines.
Cold one, brother. There you go, Charlie. So much fun. You know, coming out here has really made all my worries melt away. Everybody!
We can fix it. We can put you back together.
Damn. Wait, what? I've lived a good long life. Hey, I love you.
I love you too, Rotten.
You had a good life, Pim.
Just everything, even the wood melted away.
The ocean now.
That's incredible.
Whoa, go, Mr. Boss.
Merry Christmas, boys. That was 6 months ago.
The art is so disturbing.
There's Bill Nye's ghost.
I love science.
God, the boss is
What
funny.
is Smiling Friends? I never seen it. Is it on Cartoon Network or what?
Oh, you should. It's an Adult Swim show. It's really good. We could.
Is it on Netflix?
I'll give you a link and you can watch it all.
Oh, okay.
It's on HBO Max, but you know, I was gonna pay for that.
Quite funny.
You just watch it all online. But this is this next moment is the bit that people enjoy, just because it's everything's cool now bit.
God, the boss is funny. I'll tell you something. He really is funny, and he really should do stand-up. And I love Bill Nye's ghost, so that's awesome. And Alan built the rocket shoes of him. You made that snowman come to life with the flower. Wow, I love my friends, and I love my God, and I love my country, and God bless America, I guess. What else can you say?
What is that?
That's hilarious.
Wait, what was that in the background?
It was airplanes flying across.
Yeah, it was like the Blue Angels kind of thing or whatever.
Oh, it would have been funnier if it was like American flag colors. That's what I thought it was gonna be.
I think it was.
Cool.
It was like brown.
Stripes. It was the red. There we go.
Very
That is the hot.
That's different heart, but it's good.
Yeah,
I like the heart that reopens old scabs of your characters.
Trauma. Yes, I agree. Trauma is the best.
You got the sweet, you got the sour.
Yeah. That's like I mean, like with Miami Vice and all that poignancy and character moments where it's humanity clashing with trauma is super impactful.
It is. But you can't help but smile when someone just says, "God bless America," I guess, and then some airplanes fly past. Like,
yeah.
Cool, that was it. Okay. Tiny second half, super quick.
Sure.
I have one normal nugget. I don't know if you have a normal nugget, Pat.
Maybe I have one. Yeah.
Okay. We'll maybe pull up the meme if it exists. Very quick cat video. See you guys on the other side.
Bye.
This is the hot part of this show. When you play that, and then Alex, because it's like a crescendo, and then when we bring up Alex's meme, that's like it was all fun all along, guys. Isn't it so funny?
That is the heart. Yeah, you're right.
The meme is the heart moment.
Thought the heart was the friends we made along the way.
Oh, the friends we made along the way.
I didn't even make any edgy jokes this episode or say anything gay. I wonder what Alex has even managed to scrape together for his.
Yeah, you were like
this was an all ages episode.
Yeah.
You're actually being a professional and talking about the subject.
I thought of one. Irene set us up and I didn't take the bait when she was like, not to beat a dead horse. And I was going to be like, not to beat off a dead horse.
Oh my God.
You should have said it.
You missed your chance.
I know.
I'd be like, yeah, it's not as fun as it used to be.
Yeah.
Some person says they're assuming we talked about the Wizard of Oz. No, we didn't.
Why? What happened in that Wizard of Oz? Oh, remember the anal? Okay, at least I said I'm all anal all the time. That's great.
Oh yeah.
There's
Wait, what happened to the Wizard of Oz? Did something happen to it?
The wizard opened up his wizard sleeve and said, "Reach down inside," and then he pluck out some courage.
Oh, yeah. Wizard of Oz has heart. The Tin Man.
Ah, there we go. A human heart.
That made me think of Chainsaw Man. So there's a moment in the movie, obviously it's from the manga. It's actually really good where I'll try to explain it quickly. Yeah, Pochita. So the main character, Denji, he was dying, but he had his little pet chainsaw demon. Is manga, just roll with it. Who saved Denji's life by fusing with his heart, so Denji could keep living. And now Denji is basically like this devil man-ish character where he's half demon and half human, and he has these chainsaw powers. So, anyways, the movie that just came out, that arc is all about people going after Denji because the chainsaw demon in his heart is super valuable and has these properties that have not been revealed yet, but everybody's after it. And the movie is about like he's 16, so he's this giant simp. A girl will smile at him and he'll fall at her feet. Then the whole movie is about him simping for this girl and then being conflicted with being attracted with his boss, and so he's being manipulated every which way. And halfway through the movie, it turns out the girl he was simping for, spoilers, was a devil who was trying to kill him all along. So anyways, there's a scene where he was standing on this car screaming at everybody while this girl's trying to blow him up, and he's like, when's everybody only after my heart? After the chainsaw heart or the demon heart? What about me? Like my actual heart. It was really good.
Yeah, he was screaming. That part was kind of cool.
That was cool. It was a really badass moment.
The cool hot moment of that entire arc is it's like the woman was tricking him and it seemed like she wasn't really into him. Then at the very end, she indicated that she kind of was into him a little bit.
Oh, at the ending? Yeah. That was kind of good too. I did like the ending. And then it doesn't even matter.
What? What do you mean?
No.
Phil did
Well, I don't
like
wanna
change the
spoil
plan
it.
after all.
Well, I don't want to spoil it.
It was a tragic ending. I'm not gonna say what the ending is, but it was a tragic ending. But yeah, it was revealed that she kind of was into him because she could have killed him all these times, but she didn't, and then all these other things. But she had this tragic backstory as well, so it was hinted that she couldn't really parse her own feelings, so she didn't know what she was feeling, but she actually did like him, and yeah, but it just never came together, so it was a tragic ending.
Speaking of not being able to parse your own feelings, I got a new manga from Amazon this week. It is.
Did you read it?
No, I have not read it yet. Betrayed by the hero, I formed a MILF party with his mom.
What?
Of course you would get this.
Also, I
does that mean?
shrunk wrapped this myself with something I've been
This
working
is
on.
why
channel-wise.
manga is outselling American comics, guys.
Phil, did you not hear that? Probably betrayed by the hero, I formed a MILF party with his mom.
That probably has a lot of heart.
What is a MILF party?
It's his adventuring party of moms, MILFs as it were, headed by the hero's mom, who fucked him over.
Wow.
I did a really good job of shrink wrapping this. This is hard to get into.
Why would
Why did you shrink wrap it just so you can open it?
No, I've been
over and over again.
I have been practicing shrink wrapping. I'm not going to reveal it. In fact, they're all in a stack. I've been forming a master plan for trying to get Connell books into some kind of mainstream distribution. And because they're adult books, they have to be shrink wrapped.
Oh.
So I've been practicing shrink wrapping them and stuff. And Berserk? Where is it?
No.
You know that one kind of obscure book? The one obscure book called Berserk? So these like any like over the top manga has to be shrink wrapped to be on bookstore shelves. So all of the big Berserks, they're all shrink wrapped, and like famously these Berserks have these little bits of paper on the back of them people collect, and it actually has a synopsis of like what's in this book, but this is just a separate piece of paper. You know what?
Oh yeah, Trigun's like that too. But the hardcovers I got, but they weren't. There's no like.
You didn't get the bit of paper?
No, I got that. I'm just saying it's not crazy explicit. You know.
Well, if it's going to have some level of explicitness in it, or maybe they just want to keep it nice. But yeah, it also has. Does Trigun have the parental advisory sticker on too?
No.
Okay.
There's almost zero nudity in it.
So here is a barcode edition of Connell, which is the like cheaper, low quality version compared to what people get. There's no foil, there's no special. It's like just matte. I shrink wrapped it, and also because if you shrink wrap a book that's just like this, it's gonna bend. And I'm like, fuck that. I don't want these books getting bent. So they have a backing board with them, so you don't get to see the back cover. So I decided to make a parody of the Berserk back piece. Where is it? Here we go. Hold on, I'll hold it up. Look. So I made.
Oh, that's good. That's awesome.
I made a little Connell
Nice.
version of this. It even has the same little border thing. I
Nice.
parodied it. And like I put these in the back of some of the books as like a test. And I was like, I thought I'd fucked up because it doesn't quite go all the way to the edge. It's like smaller. And I have been looking forward to getting these. I've been looking forward to like packaging these up because they look so professional. They fucking kick ass. But yeah, it's smaller inside, and I was like, what the fuck? I made a mistake. What have I done? wow, I'm a moron, retard. But then I'm like, why didn't I put the correct like size in this? Then I realized I'd made it the exact same size as the Berserk one.
Oh my gosh!
Not for your book.
Yeah, no,
giant hardcover.
Look, I'd made it the same size as the
Oh
Berserk
my
one
gosh! Good job.
as a parody of it, because I really wanted to make these like a parody of the kind of like famous Berserk sleeve thing, even down to the same fonts. I'm using the same fonts and everything. But yeah, so I'm there like, I fucked up, I ruined it, but no.
Well, the thing is, the Berserk flyer isn't even the same size as the Berserk books.
No, I know, because it couldn't be, because it would bend around the edge.
Yeah.
Alex says they look really good, Jake.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
like, that's a really
yeah,
cool
so
idea, actually.
on the other side is like a little advertisement for the website and stuff, and talking about crowdfunding. So this will not come to fruition for a long time, but this is what I've been working on this week, and I have like a sample batch. All 3 covers have their own barcode, and so they all had to have their own like back cover. So this one says Kyo cover specifically. But yeah, I have like a massive pile. Hold on, look. There's my giant pile of books that are all shrink wrapped by hand by me.
Crazy.
And that's the shrink wrapper right there.
Oh yeah, you have the machine.
Yep.
Cool.
So you can shrink wrap the smaller books without them bending. All you have to do is put a card in the back. And I'm thinking of printing this just directly on the card instead of it being a backing board and a flyer. I'm just gonna print a backing board, and I think the highest I can go card wise on Mixam is like 450 GSM, and I'm wondering if that would be thick enough, or if you actually have to get a whole different type of card where it's actually cardstock and not just paper. Or I could get you to do it, Phil.
Maybe.
Dude, that's our go-to now.
I'll do it. Yeah, I don't think I've done. So they would just basically be prints that you're printing?
Yeah, I mean, okay, Phil, you know, comic book,
prints, right?
Yeah. So in order for these to keep their shape and not bend when shrink wrap, because like, look, I wanted these to stay perfect quality. I don't want no bending. So I had to put a comic book backing board, and then the flyer on top. I'm wondering if we could get a bunch of just print it directly on the card, and if like your printer could actually print on the card,
right?
Something like that. But
yeah, do you know how the weight of the paper, like the poundage of the cardstock?
It would just be whatever comic book backing board is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I guess is common knowledge potentially. But man, these little things look so fucking cool. People on this isn't related to the campaign. This is kind of like a later thing. It's a different, because I want to try and figure out after the
start.
Yeah, I just want to figure it out while I'm in England. Have some of them here and try. But look at this. It's so legit. It looks so professional. Look at this little barcode thing. It says all the. It says
it's all professional and stuff.
It says the category, and it says like mature readers only. I'm very happy with that.
Very cool.
I like it.
Yeah, I need to get on that too. I need to get ISBNs and stuff for my books, and I'll probably have to do like stickers and stuff.
I kind of wished that I had only chosen one cover to put an ISBN on, so it could all be focused on one book, so you don't have to find places that would stock 3 different covers. Hey, so that's pretty neat. Thank you. I'm in love with your Samus figure. Looks great. Also, nice job on the cover. I think this Samus figure. There is a naked version that I don't own because I just wanted the legit version. But because it's pretty much the same, it's a lewd sculpt. There is actually a full-on camel toe right here in the suit.
So the suit has no seams, it's just painted on in this version?
No, it does. It does have the it'll sculpted on, but I'm just saying because it's a lewd sculpting place, they sculpted in a whole camel toe.
Yeah, what you pay for?
Camel said it's weird. He literally went to buy an ISBN. I hope you bought more than one. I hope you bought like 100 or 1,000 will, and not just paying through the nose for one barcode.
Yes.
You fucking
I usually bought them
Buying
30 or
bulk.
50 at a time. What is it like?
You can buy more. You should buy like 100 at a time per
I do
unit. It costs less. It'll yeah. I wish I did this from the start, but I kind of just didn't want to spend the money. I was like, oh, when I'm looking at getting in bookstores, then I'll buy the barcodes. I wish I did from the start, but yeah, because every edition of the book needs to have a different barcode. So just buy in bulk because they'll go faster than you think.
Where's Camel been?
Lettering 50 million pages of comics for people.
Getting rich? I don't know.
Oh, there we go. Look, it wasn't for
Florida?
me. It was for the manga he's working on. Yeah, he's
Oh.
lettering
Yeah,
like
he's
50
been
million
working
manga
on stuff.
pages.
Now he's a project manager, it sounds like.
Camel, that means he's buying the ISBNs. Does that mean you're like publishing it under Camel Moon Studios, Camel? Or is Hentai
Or
needs
you
lettering
just,
too?
You bought the ISBNs using someone else's account and you're just managing everything for another publisher.
Yeah,
that how it
Pez been ahead of the curve. He's had ISBNs on all his books since forever.
Yeah.
It's because they scared me to do media mail. I thought you needed it for media mail back in the day.
No, I was always like, I don't really know what we need for media mail, so I'm just gonna send it. If it's not allowed, they'll tell me.
That's a good point.
No.
If it's true and you don't have them on your books, you could just shrink wrap them and put an ISBN sticker on them.
I did that for one book.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good idea.
But I forgot to put the ISBN on it, so
The thing is, so because I'm going to print ISBNs with Fiendish 3, but now I also want to retroactively give ISBNs to the mass market versions of Fiendish 1, 2, and 2.5. But because those weren't printed with an ISBN, that means either I shrink wrap it and put the stickers on it, or a flyer like you did, Jake, or I put a sticker on the cover, which I know isn't ideal, but people do that. It is a thing.
Yeah, so the way I figured it out is if you want to get in anywhere to be sold there, you either need a relationship with them directly, or like with Amazon, there is a way you can do it. There's two ways you can do it: a warehousing version and you being a direct seller. But then to get in other shops, you need a relationship with a distributor that they will just typically buy from. Like a shop will just onboard a list of available products into their system from whatever distributors they use. And so like I think Barnes and Noble would still use Diamond. So you know what I mean? That would be a route for some people. So I've just been looking into that stuff.
Lunar, Penguin, Random House. I don't know how much Diamond's doing anymore. I just heard Birch did a video about how this upcoming year it looks like no one's doing Free Comic Book Day anymore because that was a Diamond owned venture.
Yeah.
So like certain publishers are trying to keep it going, but it's going to be different, it looks like, which is weird because this past year it still happened even though Diamond was purchased. So interesting.
Comic books that are free day.
Yes.
Just say it differently.
Which they're not free. It turns out the shops still purchase all of the free books. They just give them away for free.
Yeah.
You purchase them out of,
long tradition of helping your LCS lose money.
It seems like it. Yeah, I just found that out.
That's the entire industry.
I suppose the idea with that is like the customers will come in to get the free comic
Right.
and maybe buy something else while they're there.
That is the idea. And I mean, I've done so. Some comic shops will have like mini conventions for Free Comic Book Day, and I really like that. I did that a couple times, so it's like an excuse to go to your local comic shop and have a little table.
Yeah, I did that last
So-
year. It was actually really. It was chilly because of where we're at, but it was fun. It's enjoyable.
Yeah, I've done it a couple times. It's fun.
Alex says, "Thank you for a fun show. Meme and bonus going up."
Hell yeah!
All
Yeah,
right.
These fucking shrink wrapped books, they look so fucking pro and legit. Like I am so happy with them. You would not believe. I'm gonna grab
meme.
Well, I mean,
Who wants to go? Meme.
Pat, I segued into this because I don't have a notification yet. I'm just padding for time skillfully.
Chat. Okay, I might have, since Jake is talking about his beautiful shrink wrap books. If I may ask chat, what would you prefer, like shrink wrapped and with a flyer, or a sticker slapped on a book for the ISBN? I'm trying to figure out what to do. Because what Jake did looks really great, but then people can't flip through it in the shop.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like this is shrink wrapped because people wouldn't be allowed.
Well, yeah, Fiendish has some nipple in it, doesn't it?
Oh, technically.
A little bit. I don't know if it qualifies. It's very
Yeah, I don't know either.
sparse. It's only like one or
I'd
two.
have to go to a Barnes and Noble and see how much nipple I could find.
Our backers aren't the people that would be buying. It's like new people that
Right,
would be getting them in
right.
shops. So they still have their versions that don't have the added on thing.
I actually would like that little slip thing. I think that's cool. Like as
there you go.
As a backer or whatever, I think shrink wrapped with a little paper is very fun.
Yeah,
What the Dark Book does.
I'm gonna offer these on the I'm gonna offer the barcode editions on future campaigns, but my thinking was people wouldn't want them shrink wrapped. They'd be like, no, I want it in a different thing, but like maybe they would want the flyers and everything. Maybe you guys would want the whole shrink wrapped thing.
I mean, it's just more work for you.
I like doing it. Shrink wrapping drugs.
No, you.
I don't recommend shrink wrapped. Elasmat did that with, and no one could look through his book at the con. Yeah.
At the con for sure not.
The shrink wrapping is specifically because if your book is above a certain maturity level, it has to be shrink wrapped to go in a store. That's why I've been experimenting with it. It's so that they can't look through it. But yeah, the thing is, if you had them at a convention, you would have shrink wrapped ones behind the table, and then you would have reader copies. Like you would, you know what I mean? You'd take one or two of them out of the shrink wrap.
For sure.
Sure.
Yeah, like Hustler. So, I looked into it. It's like they do have a specific requirement for it to be shrink wrapped. You can't just put it in a resealable comic bag because of the whole tamper proofing of the plastic.
Tamper?
There you go. Epignos says he wants the flyer for sure. Well, we'll see. It's the barcode editions have this whole flyer shrink wrapped thing. So anyway, I found the meme. I can finally pull it up. I can put Pear out of his misery.
Oh, Pear.
Woo! Let's go.
This is a different style for once. This is the artwork is this.
Oh, interesting. It's so different.
Oh,
Okay.
awesome.
Nice.
This looks like a Lost Pages style of us.
This is kind of cool.
It's like a cyberpunk
Yeah.
Dystopia.
Yeah.
Look at Irene's character. Look at that. That looks so cool.
The character is transforming into her own personality. It has a life of its own at this point.
This is look at this
This
fucking
is awesome. I love this.
Crash Bandicoot Australian dingo style
That's
hedgehog down here.
actually a good rendering of your character for once.
And then Pear still looks cute. Like
Yeah.
It's great.
That's great.
Oh, this is great. Yeah, look at
Neat.
Seymour's in the background. Who's that creepy ass thing above Seymour?
That's from Smiling Friends.
That's the inspector that was like, "You guys are pretty cool." let's go over here. He's the hard inspector that finally says something cool.
Hey, I see the Napoleon quote. It's above the drinks and the
Oh,
vending
it's in the
machine.
vending machine.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, but maybe I just don't want to fucking do it. Did you ever think about that?
And look, this is the canned inspiration. So are these all the different types of hot? Vague happiness, illogical love, mild jealousy, workplace anger, diet joy, nostalgic. These are great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did the AI do that, Alex, or is that you have to go in after and do it?
I think he added the words. You have to add the letters, right?
Well, because of the way that they're kind of bent around, I'm wondering if he typed them and then it put them in.
Oh, maybe.
Use a vending machine. Pissed off Irene. Yeah, I need to draw. I'll have to draw Irene more like this. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, that expression is great.
This is
That's how I look
unhappy
all
Irene.
the time. That's just actually me normally.
It's because she's drinking diet joy and not full sugar joy.
Diet sucks.
And Phil is drinking workplace anger. This is such a good Phil face. The AI is gonna ruin everything.
Oh god.
Do a whole comic like this. What am I drinking? I'm drinking nothing. I'm not even drinking gout energy. Okay. Phil, you can if you want to read.
Who? Me first?
Yeah. Oh, do we go top first?
Oh, I can do it.
Okay.
No, yeah, Phil goes first.
He had his super pervert friends videotape it and blackmail him. Women don't understand the film. There's a guy that loves free run. I can't imagine.
Phil's just like biker spewing off.
Everyone's in biker
Men
jackets.
don't like this. Women don't like this.
We're all in our biker gear. That's great.
Yeah, we're all bikers. I don't have to do anything. They're happy. Everybody's drunk. Let them cook. I didn't get American Psycho. Shut up, Phil. I'm trying to sort through this in my head. That significantly bitchy. Could have gone bitchier.
He was the ultimate simp. His mom turned him into the police. He walks off under arrest. Columbo smiles and nods as they walk by. He hasn't killed anyone yet, but mark my words, he will.
I always think people are gonna get AIDS from those book hutches. If you can get this one thing right, you can mess up a bunch of other stuff. What have I done? I ruined it. Well, I guess I'd better drink it. Am I buying a
What
drink
are you-
with some kind of weird? Oh, that's his flower. I'm putting money in the machine.
Oh. Yeah, I was wondering what you were holding because it didn't look like money.
I'll go for some tasty nostalgic sadness.
Well, that's not available, so.
Oh, is that what the great? Oh, fine. I'll go for vague happiness.
Yeah, I would
Now-
think my character would go for nostalgic sadness, but.
Now look at the bonus memes.
Okay.
Do as I
Yes.
say.
I was instructed, fool.
He was like, hurry up, do this thing, get the fuck out of here.
If I was insecure, I would not do it, but I'm very secure, so I will do it. Here we go. So we're in a board meeting, me giving a very boring presentation. Quarterly hot in storytelling. Martial art 50%, character depth 25%, theme 15, impact 10.
And I love Phil's got double guns on the table.
It's like everyone's. I'm drinking. Pear's taking notes, or Narwhal's taking notes, and then Phil's like, the guns will be useful, right?
I'm not a damn fox. God damn it! I'm not
Too
a
late.
furry.
The AI has decided your fate.
Yeah, you're
AI
a
has
fox now.
decided you are a degenerate furry who has sex with other male furries at conventions. Like, no! Here is a videotape that was filmed to make you leave the planet. You're always cute every time in this. The AI is doing a better and better job every time.
Amazing. It's gonna
Look at
take
this.
over.
Look at this. I can't zoom in because of the thing. Okay, I gotta open it in a new tab. Look at this. The characters look so cool.
It seems like the AI has perfected our characters, except for Jake.
Has Phil got two of the same hand? No, the thumbs are in the right place.
No.
Look at this. I just gotta steal how the AI draws you. Look, it got
Great.
the mug perfectly and the bottle perfectly. It just never gets these right.
Uncanny.
I love this mug. We have to
It'll
find a
take
way to
over.
make this mug one day.
It won't be that hard to make that mug.
You could find it on Amazon.
Okay. We
No,
find
like
it on
make one
Amazon.
that looks like the drawing.
We rebrand it. Okay, where's the other meme?
Yeah, look
Yeah,
at this
just go-
next one.
Wait, this isn't Alex. This is just an image that got added to it. This isn't even something you made.
I wonder if the AI made this. That's what I'm curious about.
This is AI. That was not in the anime.
No,
Come
this
on,
really,
guys.
this really happened. She was bending over, and he's like,
that
"I'm gonna
didn't
one
happen.
day,
Is
one
that
day,
free run?
I'm."
Which one of them is free run?
That
Oh my
these are-
god, the blonde rapey one.
This
Yeah,
is
Costa,
free run. This is
Costa
Kimmel.
didn't have hair like that. Okay, this when at the point where these characters look like this, that has never been animated. So this is AI.
Yes, it's very obviously AI.
But it's
we
like-
never did this.
I'm telling
But it's
people
really
look
good
so bad.
AI. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Sure.
this would have been like a viral meme, a year ago, but now it's just old AI.
We gotta make
Alex,
this.
you're fucked up. You're
Alex,
fucked up.
which AI have you used to make these this week? They are definitely vastly improved.
Does he do that stupid hand heart thing in the manga?
No, he doesn't.
No.
No,
Before he
it's
drapes her?
what Alex said in the chat. He said Berserk was full of heart confirmed. It's a joke because Griffith raped her in the manga and the anime.
He loves her.
Wow.
Wait,
Casca
isn't she
and
is she
one
into
guy.
him though?
Yeah,
Is she what?
She is more into him than he's into her, but then they kind of like reveal that they like each other, and then they like go at it. And Guts is like, "No,
That's not what happened.
Guts
Not
gets
what happened at all.
Guts gets super jealous and like kills this guy, but then
No,
he gets saved by God and he's brought back to life, and then
That's
he
not
has to
what
take his
happened.
revenge on
That's
Guts.
He's the chosen one. Then.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
Triggering this. What's his name?
It's fucking horrible.
Well, yeah, no, because Guts is set up to be the good guy and he's the bad guy, but when he after the death switch gets pulled, like it gets flipped, and like
It's not that he was portrayed as the bad guy, therefore we see him as bad. He sacrificed all his friends and raped Casca to get back at Guts because Guts ended up with Casca instead of him. That's objectively bad.
I can't believe Guts sacrificed everyone, and Griffith now has to come back and
talking
save the
to
world.
Holy shit! The stream now. I'm done. It's
Delete
over.
this.
Shut
Delete this
down.
now.
She doesn't have
Ryan,
power of
I'm
attorney anymore. She lost power
I
of
do.
attorney.
No, I do.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
she got the she got a disease that like gives her dum-dum brain, and then he has to like he relives
Bang
their
it out of
first
her?
date every day.
Oh.
51st Grapes, it's called.
Yeah, Fist Griffin. and
Oh
Casca
my
Fist,
god.
51st Grapes.
Oh.
Brutal. Brutal.
It's like, you don't remember the nightmare? Okay, well, let's redo it. You remember?
I mean, she does become a potato.
She gets.
You say
because of all the trauma. She just loses.
She gets the
all her
Hank Hill
memories.
virus. No, the Forrest Gump virus.
It's worse. She literally is just a walking potato. It's pretty bad. I actually really hate it. It's very annoying, but whatever.
Although, look, if we're talking about Grape, Griffith isn't the only one. Let's not say that Guts is a good guy in this whole thing. There is one
scene. He's a good guy.
Gut grapes?
It's a very gray, morally gray manga and character.
Phil, you should read. You should read it.
It's morally great.
There was the almost grape, and then he stopped himself because he's like, "Oh
You
no!"
don't know that he stopped himself.
Yeah, we do. We saw the whole thing.
It cut away.
No.
I like to remember what I like to remember.
Yeah, you like to invent things in your head.
All right, that's it. Speaking of inventing things in my head, this show has almost reached the 3-hour mark.
3 more minutes.
Oh, I got paint on my arm.
Would you guys? I don't need to pitch or sell anything. We closed down last week. Thank you, Phil, for getting us over 10K on Connell. I'm very grateful. Thank you to anyone who backed Henry Bemis. I remember. People should be getting their stuff as soon as the Standee debacle is done. You will start getting your stuff. It's the one thing holding everything back. Yes. The positive side is you get a bunch of trading cards that work in a card game. The longer I have to wait for the Standees, the more I get to revise the stats on the cards. So you do benefit. You're not just waiting. But that's me.
Cool.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I don't have anything to shout out. Just working hard to get more cool stuff out for you guys.
Yeah, just same old guys. Fiendish is still available on Kickstarter and Indiegogo. I am working on pages again, so here's a look at the page I just finished in case you missed it earlier. The page right before this I wanted to show, but I actually think it would be really spoilery. Because I think even looking at what happens, people who've read between the lines will figure it out, but you guys will see. So yeah, so I'm showing this one. And yeah, I'm going to get back on inking these pages and getting chapter 3 done. So if you like how that looked, go to fiendishcomic.com and back the book. Thank you.
Amy Rodriguez says, "Is Phil a VTuber now?" Yeah, he's been in PNG tuber mode the whole time.
Yes. Yes. Hey, there you go. That's the campaign.
Look at this glorious campaign. You can still get Fiendish chapter 3 on Kickstarter and Indiegogo.
Yes, look at all those beautiful covers. Yeah, and we were talking about ISBNs and covers. So all of my covers for Fiendish, they're all but one are campaign exclusive. So just so you know, if you are new, then those 4 covers, that little graphic there, are the perma covers, the mass market covers for chapter 1, 2, 2.5, and 3. So those are the only ones that are available after the crowdfunding campaign, like the launching crowdfunding campaign closes. So if you like the variants, including the beautiful, sexy Kyonaoki cover that is featured on the Kickstarter, you have to back it right now. So it won't be available after the campaign.
You won't be able to get this after.
Yeah, you won't be able to get that cover after. I don't do variants after campaigns.
So are you putting a barcode on the back of this one, and then anytime you reprint these, you'll put a barcode on them, and potentially, if stock you have that goes to stores, you'll put a sticker on these, just the ones that go to stores, or?
Yeah. So I'm going to buy ISBNs for all 4 of these books when Fiendish 3 is printed. Fiendish 3 will be printed. The perma cover will have a barcode on it, and I'll buy some for the first 3, the previous 3 books as well, just like you said. And if it does go into stores, we'll have stickers. We'll just put a sticker on it because that's until we run out of stock and reprint. Because I still have several hundred of them. because I overprinted. Yeah, and I don't want those to go to waste.
Yeah.
But it's a whole deal to figure out how to get into stores. It's so hard. If anyone has, it's like you can get an ISBN, but I've been going into comic shops and just asking, how do you source your comics? And everyone's like, Diamond Catalog, and it's like, okay, so it's just Diamond. And half the time if I go into a comic shop, they recommend to me, oh yeah, this publisher, just go to this publisher. I'm like, I am a publisher, I just need distribution.
Sure.
So,
right. The Diamond thing is, whenever you ask people about Diamond, they think you're just asking about the floppies, and Diamond obviously distribute the graphic novels. So whenever they say like, oh, the floppies with Diamond, you're like, you need 2 years worth of stuff and blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, for floppies I bet I do, but I bet you could probably say, hey, I have some actual graphic novels. All it would mean is you send some of them to their warehouse, and then a shop will order from them.
Yeah.
And the reason why that's in place is because they can trust a distributor, and they don't want to have to deal with the distributor will organize the information for them so that it works with their system. There is a reason for it. It seems like a bullshit middleman, and like, you could just come to me, I'm my distributor. It's like, they can't do that. So
I will do more research. I bet I can find somebody who knows something, who has some contact. So that's what I'm working on next.
Per, do you have anything you would like to shout out before we depart?
Yeah, my mailing list, because I'm gonna kind of preview Naked Samurai next week. So sign up if you haven't signed up for the mailing list.
What do you have? How do you sign up?
I don't know.
Then do you have a website mail
go
to do it? Like, how do you do it?
It's an email octopus link.
What's that mean?
So yeah, I don't know. I think Alex just posted the link.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Well, click Alex's link. If you so when you say you're previewing it, you'll mean that if you sign up, people will get sent a preview in their email. So essentially, free comic content coming through the email soon.
Yes.
Okay. There you go. You haven't sent it to sign up.
There you go. And thank you for the links, Alex, and some person, and Maromi, and all the other mods. Thank you.
Yes. Happy birthday, Maromi. Just remembering that. Thank you very much to Alex for the meme. And thank you to my wonderful co-hosts for navigating this topic this week.
Hearts.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
So is it Irene's channel next week?
For Christmas, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Actually, the week after that is Christmas.
Yeah,
right?
next week isn't Christmas.
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks from now. It's Christmas.
We might skip Christmas, although I think I might be free because my family's celebrating Christmas on Christmas Eve.
The thing is, the show would be after Christmas anyway, isn't?
Yeah,
Christmas...
it's the 26th. It's the day after is the show.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
In England.
Let me see.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Friday. So it would be on Christmas.
It would be Friday free in the morning in England, but in America, it would be Christmas Day.
It is Christmas Day.
Oh, yeah, it'll be 9.
25th was Friday for some reason.
I'll probably. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we'll do one.
I might be available, but
I should be available.
The thing is, everyone's going to be having their own Christmases. Who knows?
Yeah, we might take it off because why the hell not? Why shouldn't we earned it.
So I have to host next week.
You get.
You sound like you're complaining.
You get to host next week. Hopefully,
I get to host next week.
Hopefully, you'll have a nice desk and a wonderful setup ready for next week.
Oh yeah, I don't. I have a jank setup still, so that's why I'm complaining because I don't have a proper setup right now.
Maybe a proper setup could be organized.
We'll see if I get it ready next week.
Cool. Well, next
and
week,
if I don't, you'll see me here again with the shit set up.
We'll see you next time. Yeah. Phil, are you streaming tomorrow? Yeah, Zayd.
Yeah, he is.
Phil,
everybody
stream
go
tomorrow.
to the Phil's channel.
I'm streaming tomorrow, guys.
There you go. All right then.
Always.
Where is the
Here's a
video?
little.
Bye.
You got a teaser?
Yeah, look at this. It's a cat.
Oh my gosh.
It's a little
Oh,
cat.
it's a cat.
It's gonna be
That
black.
doesn't look
Seems
like it
very
has a little bit-
weavy.
Yeah, is that a Monster Hunter cat?
Oh, it's a cat from Trigun.
Oh God. Jeez Louise. Right. Go watch Phil's show tomorrow. Bye everyone.
Bye.
We'll be talking Trigun.
Of course.
Can't
Bye.
wait. Notice how every popularized Christmas song has nothing to do with Jesus.
That's because Christmas has become commercialized.
Now it's like,
But like the silent night, holy night, that one has to do with me and Jesus, right?
yeah, hold on. That's up, then we're out.
Christmas is strong. Christmas is strong. Christmas is strong. Christmas is strong. Christmas is wrapping up the presents, baking up the cookies, fixing up the tree. Christmas is strong. What did you get for me? Christmas hedgehog. Christmas hedgehog. Christmas hedgehog. Christmas hedgehog. Christmas hedgehog. Christmas hedgehog. Christmas hedgehog.